Yo, what's going on, people? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Saeed TV. We are live for the debate show. It's been a minute. Last Friday got a bit mad. We're here again, man. Debate show settings, different opinions, different, topics to talk about. And yeah, man, listen, if you've got something you want to say, get your super chats in, get your comments in, get involved in the chat. And yeah, man, we're gonna discuss Zidane. We're gonna be discussing Jason Wilcox. He's gonna be in confirmed to be technical director. And we're also going to be talking about Hojlund. Does he need help? Are the fan base getting onto him too much? What can we do to support Hojlund? And yeah, man, we got Mr. B here, Ten Hag, still riding for Ten Hag, pause, but still there, supporting Ten Hag. What are you saying, man? Everything all good?
All good, man. It's Friday night, boy. I'm ready to talk some Zidane.
Yeah. Definitely, man. Big up to Mr. B. Kaz, what are you telling me, man? Everything all good?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm just excited to talk to Grizz why he's questioning Zidane coming over to Man United, like potentially just earlier on. I don't care what he said, tailor-made, all this crap. We got Marcel in disguise down at the bottom. Trust me, people. Believe me.
You didn't read my other tweets, by the way. You didn't read my tweets after that.
I know. He's changed his tune. So don't worry.
I didn't know.
He's changed his tune.
Let me go check it.
He's come back to the good side. He's come back to the good side, man.
Grizz,
So,
what
yeah,
the
man.
hell happened, bro? I gotta check.
Yeah.
Oh, no. You know what happened? No. You know what happened? You know what? I was like,
I gotta wait. Hold on. VAR check. One second.
And then like 5 minutes later, I'm like, I envisioned Zidane walking out to Old Trafford. I'm like, never mind, bringing Zidane.
You know what? Grizz, you're on the yellow card. One more. One more yellow card. You're gonna age 30 years like Marcel, like he did there. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
This is Marcel from the future telling us about the process.
Yeah, man. But now listen, big up to Griggs. What are you saying, bro? Everything all good?
Doing good, bro. What a week of football. The hate watching was sensational. It's the greatest week of football ever. And then second of all, I'm a Europa Conference League semi-finalist. I'm in the semifinals of Europe, other clubs, Arsenal, Manchester City, Liverpool. They got knocked out of their competitions, so I'm a semi-finalist, man. We're not Emery, we're coming for you.
Yep, definitely. We'll find out, man. You really, you know what I mean? Griggs, I'm gonna leave with something this season.
I'm the definition. Always, I'm leaving with something. Always.
I'm leaving with something, man. For real. Big up to Griggs, and also we got Staffy in the building. Staffy, what are you saying, man? Everything all good?
Yeah, all good, man. Listen, people were saying I got the haircut for the Zidane news, bro. I had to look clean for
HD
Zidane.
Cuts.
Yeah,
HD New Jersey, yeah. HD Cuts New Jersey.
listen, urban style barbershop. Check us out in New Jersey. But listen, Zidane's coming in, and gotta look representable for him. I heard the news. I booked the appointment right away, and you know what? We gotta represent. Yeah. Leave that picture up there for a minute.
There we go.
Yeah, leave that picture.
Zidane is here, man.
Yeah.
Zidane is arrived. You know what I'm saying?
Where did you find that picture? That is so pixelated.
I don't know. Someone sent it me. Someone sent it me. So I thought, you know what? Let me give him a credit, man.
That's from the Ole days, by the way. I can tell that's from the Ole days.
Yeah.
The Ole days. Yeah.
I'm not. I think that was either Varane or I think that was Varane.
That is Varane.
Yeah.
Because he's the one that came in with a suit like that.
Yeah.
Smash them likes, by the way. Smash them likes.
Yeah. Smash the likes. 500 in there already. So smash the like button on the video. But let's talk about it, man. L'Equipe. You know what I mean? You know what it is with L'Equipe here? They can be reliable. And this journalist here, Tanzi Loch, he's from L'Equipe RSC Sport. He said Zinedine Zidane would prefer to manage Manchester United over Bayern Munich. Obviously, you now know Nagelsmann has decided to stay at the German national team until 2026. So he's looking to stay there till after the World Cup. So it makes us kind of believe that maybe Bayern Munich would go in for Zidane. But apparently he's looking to venture over to the Manchester side of it. And apparently as well, also, Emmanuel Petit came out as well. And he basically said, that for the last few months, Zidane has been taking English lessons. I don't know if he wants to come and manage England, but it's an open door. So that's something from Emmanuel Petit, who's a former player, former World Cup winner, 1998. But yeah, man, let's start with Mr. B, man. Mr. B, you know, if there's one man worthy of taking the top left for you there, man. You know, I mean, who is it? Is it going to be Zidane? Do you think he's the right man? Like, talk to us. What are you saying?
I don't see him. I'll put it out there. I don't see him being the right man. His name excites me, but what has he done? Yeah, look, what has he done? Real Madrid, the team that he had, bare superstars, bare man with knowledge, bare man who knew how to play football. Didn't have to coach them. He let the man there go out and play. So I'm saying to you, if Ten Hag came to Manchester United and gave the players the freedom that they maybe think they deserve, how do you think those players are going to cope?
Okay. So you believe? Do you believe it'll be a downgrade though?
No.
Okay.
Let's get it right. There's a level of, if you're a player, everybody knows Zidane. He ain't played for years, but everybody knows Zidane. So you're going to get that level of, I would like to think that they would rise under that coach, but I don't think the players at the club have the mentality for that kind of coach.
Can I ask you something, Mr. B? Sorry, Said. Let me just ask something, because something outlandish was said. We can't just skip by it like that. You said, first of all, it's nice to meet you. And the reason I'm being friendly now, because I don't know if we'll be friendly by the end of the show. If you know something about Said debate shows, they don't always end well. Hopefully they will. But you said he did not coach these players.
No, what I
go ahead.
He didn't have to coach those players.
Okay, can you explain that? I just want you to
okay. You've got man like, I'm trying to think who they had in their team. Did they have Cristiano Ronaldo in their team now?
Yeah, Ronaldo, Modric.
Okay. Modric. This is peak. Modric is still doing bits now.
In the late, well, there's two teams. There are two teams he had. The first team and then the second team he had when he came back to Real Madrid. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm saying that class of players that they had, they knew their roles, they knew their jobs, and that's what I say about him not coaching. He did Zidane have a style? He sent those players out and they did their thing. They did their thing.
That's a false narrative, by the way. No, it's not.
Talk.
All right, cool. He had two formations. Technically, he had three formations if you want to go that far. In his first time, he played with a 4-4-2 diamond. If anyone remembers the tip of the diamond, Isco, remember that? You know how hard it is to coach a 4-4-2 diamond and still be dominant the way they do. That's why he put Ronaldo up front. Afterwards, when Ronaldo left, he went to a 4-3-3. And even then, he had his fullbacks were always attacking high. His midfield three would always be in the one line. Obviously, centre backs. And then obviously he let the players do what they need to do, because I look at Ancelotti. I think, you know, if there's someone's going to express freedom for players who's got ability and whatnot, then it would be Zidane, innit? And I think one thing we ain't seen, well, the only thing we can go off is like, it's like saying, what's Sir Alex Ferguson's style of play then? Like, what did he do? What did he coach?
I said that earlier, Cass. Can someone explain to me what was Sir Alex doing? What's Sir Alex ball?
But everyone, the thing is, people think vibes equals no coaching when there's more to it. I think everyone respects Zidane, so no one can overrule Zidane because he's done it in management and also in terms of being as a player. So no one's going to overstep his authority. He's done a 3-peat in the Champions League and he's changed two teams in the space of minutes, basically. I like it. And also he can vary it for 4-3-3. Like sometimes he likes a wide playmaker. So I'm thinking of Jadon Sancho. So, but yeah, no one wants to hear that. But yeah, so I just feel like right now, when you think of the pool of managers anyways, no one's more proven than Zidane. Maybe Hansi Flick. And I just feel like it's not that I'm not desperate or something, but I think we're all desperate to see, I would believe we want to see an identity, right? And a plan. I think that's what people are scared with Zidane, I think. And that's okay. I need to retract my statement I said earlier in the year. I said, I don't want no more board managers, but I want this one. I want this one. Yeah. He's got a bigger head than Ten Hag's. So there's more to shine on top of that skull. I need Zidane in my life personally. Out of all of them, I would take him. So man management wise, I think you know what it is. The stature of Man United. Think how big it is. Everyone's going to manage someone like Real Madrid as a manager.
It's made for United. He's made for United.
I think it's in Michael Griggs' words on Twitter before you retracted it. Tailor-made for Manchester United.
Well, no, what I
you
said
know what
was
it is,
obviously like.
Yeah, go on.
The squad, right? I said Zidane fit like the squad under Ole, right? Towards the end of Ole's reign more than this because that squad had Rafael Varane, it had Jadon Sancho when he first came in, had Paul Pogba, Martial, Cavani was more veteran. So it was like more kind of Zidane style. Like Mr. B said, Zidane's kind of, he's better at managing bigger personalities because he can chat to them on a level. A lot of these, we haven't seen him really with the younger players because at Real Madrid, look at Vinicius, for example, right? Vinicius didn't have his rise until after Zidane left. It was when Carlo came in, for example. Rodrigo didn't have the same amount of minutes. Zidane likes more of a veteran, which is fine, by the way, because if United do bring him in and we go more the veteran route, that's fine by me. I'm not saying it's the wrong thing. And when you think about it, who Zidane can pull in, bro, when we talk about the French market, who's going to beat us in the French market other than Real Madrid to French players? Because this guy's God in France. He's basically the footballing God in France. Every single French player looks at him like he's their idol. Paul Pogba. Jude Bellingham. We saw Jude when he did the Adidas shoot. Let's not do that. Pogba.
Give it up, Sadie.
Into Miami.
Man,
talk soon.
Pogba back.
Give it up.
Into Miami. Talk soon. But that's what it is. Was it done? I do think first of all, his second Real Madrid stint is more impressive than the first one. I know.
Yeah.
Had the 3-peat.
Shall I show you his second team, Griggs? Shall I show you his second team? I'll show you his second team. Yeah, this is his second team that he left with. Basically, the one where he won the Champions League, the last Champions League when
No, he didn't win the Champions League. He didn't win the Champions League.
It wasn't him. It was Ancelotti that one.
Was Ancelotti one? Okay, but anyway, this is the
he won the league with this team though. He won the league.
Yeah, he won the league. So this was a squad that he had when he left. Rafael Varane, Eder Militao, Ramos, Nacho, Pablo Ramos, Mendy, Marcelo, Carvajal, Lucas Vasquez, Casemiro, Valverde, Toni Kroos, Modric, Odegaard obviously was still, I think it was on loan at that time. Isco, Arribas, Eden Hazard, Vinicius Junior, Asensio, Rodrigo, Karim Benzema, Yuko Jovic, Mayoral, Diaz, and Duro. So it was not the same team as the one where you had beforehand, where you had Bale, you had Ronaldo, you had Benzema at his prime. The players are in his prime. That one I can agree with Mr. B. You could say that's a squad that I'm not saying that you don't have to manage them, but they can play and you know what I mean, they can win your game on their own. This one, he showed that he can adapt as well. He can adapt
because Cass talked about the diamond, right? Because Cass talked about the diamond, and the one good thing about like that diamond was he clocked that Ronaldo's legs were kind of getting finished as his time deteriorated at Real Madrid. So he put him central. That allowed the freedom of Marcelo to just bomb up and down the left hand side. And then Cass mentioned Isco. James Rodriguez was the golden boy for the 10 for Real Madrid because Florentino Perez signed him after that World Cup where he looked fantastic and all that kind of stuff. But it was Zidane that came in the year after Carlo left in 15-16 where Zidane's like James hype. He brought in Isco and that allowed Casemiro to then come in and play as a DM because Casemiro's career at Madrid would have never happened if it wasn't for Zidane because he was at loan at Porto the year before. I remember that year because he was at Porto, him and like that Jackson Martinez guy.
Before he flopped.
Yeah, before he flopped. So Casemiro came in when Zidane came in, and Zidane played that diamond, and it worked beautifully. And they did a league double in 16-17, and then they won the Champions League, the 3-peat. And then that year, that second squad, by the way, Benzema was the top goal scorer, obviously. The second highest goal scorer that Zidane had offered to him was Sergio Ramos because of pens and Casemiro because of the odd long shot. He had no forwards. Eden Hazard was obviously a flop because he was always injured. He wasn't able to integrate him. So he built a title-winning team in La Liga going up against still a Messi that was in his prime. And Atletico, Diego Simeone, he went up against them with that tool, those resources, and he went toe-to-toe. The first year he won it, and the second year he took it to the final day. I remember Atletico won the title on the final day. That's a great managerial job. That's a guy that knows what he wants to do. Is he the best tactician? No, but at the end of the day, you don't have to be the best tactician to be a winner. If you understand, you have to have a set tactic.
Coach is with you. Yeah, coach.
Exactly. And what have you said,
had Carlos Queiroz,
all them kind. And what did INEOS say? They want to get the best in class everywhere. So you can go get Zidane, and you can go have the best possible assistants that can focus on the tactics. And then Zidane will focus on the players, the relationships, make sure that they're always locked in and stuff like that. That's what United might need. And that's our heritage. At the end of the day, when you look back on the Fergie days, the most manager in modern day football that's closest to Fergie in terms of the man management stuff like that is obviously Carlo Ancelotti, but he's not coming to United. And Ancelotti's assistant at that time was Zinedine Zidane. That's where Zidane learned all his managerial traits. It was from Carlo. So for me, it makes perfect sense.
No, let me add something to that, because you and Cass pretty much summed it up very well. You mentioned a lot of good points, and I want to add a few more points from my opinion. I'm thinking about Zidane. Back from Zidane, the player, by the way. If you guys remember, Zidane retired about 33, 34 years old. He was still low-key in his prime. His legs were starting to go because of age, but footballing-wise, he was still in his prime. And he retired in his prime because he's that type of player that never wanted to wait for his decline before he hangs his boots up. Same thing as a manager. When you notice about his career, because he had 2 stints with Real Madrid, he's one of those managers that when he doesn't feel like the best platform is being provided to him, he won't really take the job, which is why every time he leaves Madrid, he left Madrid twice, he doesn't really hop on another job right away, which number 1 shows me he's not desperate. Number 2, he chooses wisely which jobs to take on. And here's where I'm trying to go with all this. We are sitting here talking about, our INEOS are going to be serious. Are they going to do this? Are they going to do that? Should we trust them? Here's how I'm looking at it. If Zidane takes his job, that gives me 2 things. Number 1, we're going to have a top-class manager. Number 2 is going to show me that INEOS, whatever project they sold him, is a serious project. How so?
Yes.
They said they want the best in class in all departments in the club.
Facts.
So that starts from the top all the way down to the players. I don't think Zidane, based on everything that I said and we've seen from his career and the person that he is, would take on a risky job if he doesn't think that he's going to be given the right platform to actually build a right team and compete with them in the shortest amount of time. Now, when I say in the shortest amount of time, it's not that I'm trying to take shortcuts again, because we all seen us in the past trying to take shortcuts instead of actually having a proper rebuild. However, if Zidane takes on a job like this, it means INEOS are actually fulfilling what they said, which is getting the best in every department in the club. So that's going to mean assistants, but more importantly to me, it's going to mean players. Because I know the first thing Zidane is going to do when he walks into if he gets the job, walks to a training ground, he's going to look at some of these players that most of us don't rate. He's going to see, as an example, Bruno Fernandes. He's going to be like, nah, I don't want this guy. But he's one of these managers where his decision will be respected. We have seen under Ten Hag where he's trying to I wouldn't say throw some players under the bus, but when he's trying to get some players out, there's unrest that was going on in the locker room. People coming out making interviews with Piers Morgan. People were doing tweets, people liking tweets, all that stuff, because his decision in the locker room is not being respected. Zidane will 100% be respected enough and being given reins, obviously with the directors of football and all that stuff, to the T, select the players that should stay in this team and the ones that are not good enough to go away. And he will have enough pull to get players out there that either played in Madrid or Spain or just French players or anyone around the world, because he will have that pull and he will have the experience to know these are the players that I need to keep in the team to win with, and these are the players that you need to give me so I can build a proper team with. Doesn't mean you win the league in the first season. That's not what I'm saying at all. But he will come in. He's not going to give you none of that process bullshit that we've been hearing at Arsenal in all these years.
Can I just say something? The thing is with me, right? Yeah. Listen, I'm not saying Zidane is my first choice, by the way. I don't want people to believe that Zidane is my first choice.
Who's your first choice, by the way?
Out there. For me, it's Italian manager. Simone Inzaghi. Simone Inzaghi. You know, what do you mean? He's about to win the title with Inter Milan. Him or Hansi Flick, I would say, would be my first top 2 choices.
I
wanted
Inzaghi
out there, yeah. I've seen a lot of discourse today, yeah, about basically I'd rather keep Ten Hag than bring in Zidane, and I just don't get it. You know, I really don't get it. In this world,
Mr. B,
yeah,
did you say that?
Zidane. No, I'm not asking Mr. B. Yeah, I'm gonna ask Mr. B obviously soon. But he's not one of those situations that I've. But I see some people saying, "Yo, I'd rather keep Ten Hag." I'm like, broski, you know what I mean? You've got a manager here who's proven, like I said to you, INEOS know him. You know what I mean? Especially Claude Blanc. You know Claude Blanc, the French guy. They've got connections.
Claude Blanc.
Yeah, Claude Blanc connections. You know what I mean? You're telling me you're going to say no to Zidane just because, oh, you know what, man, it might not work. That's what INEOS are here to do. They're here to bridge the gap. We finally got structure. We finally got people that are talking with chest, that coming with sauce. So let's see how they fare with a big manager like Zidane. You know what I mean? If they want to make an impact here, I'm talking about, like, if you're looking at Man United, make an impact, put out a statement. Man City, Arsenal, Liverpool. Liverpool are going through transition. Arsenal have not won a title now in how long now? You know what I mean? It seems to be like they're an early team. You got Man City, who are winning 4 in a row. They're the ones that are outstanding. Chelsea don't know what to do with their money. You can come in now, bring in Zidane and make an impact, make a statement. And you're telling me, United fans, you wouldn't take that, regardless of is your first choice or not. People are disregarding Zidane. Are you crazy?
Said, I said we should. I said we shouldn't go for Zidane.
No to him.
So earlier in the season, I said we shouldn't go for Zidane. And here's where I don't want anyone to think I'm being a hypocrite about this. When I was looking at the options that are assessed for us, the reason I'm saying we don't need to go for Zidane, not should, but we don't need to go for Zidane, is because I feel like we're in a place where the squad needs improvement first before you bring in a winner. However, when the opportunity actually opens up to you and he's saying, I am willing to take on the job, that's when you throw your plan, your plan A out, and now we have to set a new plan, because I didn't know this was a possibility. And this is why things have to change. I don't think realistically anyone thought Zidane would be a chance for us because of how bad we are. But if the man is willingly wanting to take on a project like this, you can't say no. There's certain players and certain managers that when you get a chance to have them, you have to scrap all your plans and just go by that, because Zidane doesn't come along a lot. Managers in his stature and with his accomplishments don't really get a lot of, you won't get a lot of opportunities to ever have him. And this might be the only time you get a chance to have a manager of his level. So I don't care if people want Ten Hag in and out, or if they want any other manager that was available in the market. This is a rare opportunity, because if you don't get him, trust me, someone else will get him. We did that a few years ago, about 10 years ago, or whatever it was, with Pep, when Pep had no job. And we should have been the first ones to go and get him, and we didn't. This is a second chance, because I'll tell you what, if he goes to Liverpool, if he goes to Arsenal, and I'm not saying that Arteta's going to leave, probably going to say, but if he goes to one of your ops, you will be regretting it, because not only did you not get him, he's going to go somewhere where he's directly going to impact you in a bad way. So no, 100% you have to go for him.
We need a midfielder manager, man. But go on, do your thing first.
Yeah, big up Zidane. Big up Nate. Says Zidane sets his teams up to win. His teams are very organized and play good technical football. He's not naive manager like Ten Hag, who is lost. You know what it is with me though? Yeah, they're two different managers, by the way. But I got catfished by a manager who's meant to be a coach, who was meant to be, implement a style of play. We've been catfished with Ten Hag. So maybe it's natural that people go, you know what? Let's get a guy who's coming and shown he can deliver, who's got that kind of aura, who's got that kind of demand on players, you know what I mean? And wants to win, you know what I'm saying to you? Like, Man United right now, at the minute, I do believe they need a coach, don't get me wrong, but why can't Zidane bring the best coaches with him? You know what I mean? Why can't he improve these players? I'm not saying that, by the way, these players deserve to be in this team, because half of them don't. I agree with him. Half of these players should not be with another manager. You know what I'm trying to say to you? And that realization for me is where it's at. De Zerbi, cool. I wouldn't mind De Zerbi. But end of the day, it comes down to, what do Man United fans want? Is it a coach? Is it a guy that can win now? What is it that Man United fans want? And that's where it comes down to. I mean, Mr. B, do you get where I'm coming from though, in terms of like, the expectation versus the reality?
Yeah, I do. But every fan, let's be honest, every fan wants to win now. Nobody's got no patience. So Zidane coming in, if he's not great in his first, whoever comes in next, they have to kick players out of the club. They have to boot somebody's brethren. Marcus is already sulking about something. He comes in, says he don't want Bruno, which is fine. It's his opinion. Are the club gonna give him, with all of this big umbrella that they're forming, is Zidane gonna come in and say, yo, bro, is Zidane gonna come in and say, I don't want to get him, and the club say, okay? You understand? So it's not, even if he's got an idea of what he wants before he comes to the club, The club has never moved in them ways where they will just kick out a player and get a player in. There's enough players who we think shouldn't be good enough to play for Manchester United. Let's be honest.
But Mr. B, can I ask you something?
Yeah,
Yes.
can I? I think I'm gonna say the same thing as you. Go on,
Go
you're
ahead.
gonna say it, Staffy. Say it, Staffy.
No, I want you to go. Just
because you're talking about the club's never, but we've got a new sporting board, and I'm thinking, do we not trust the new board?
Thank you, bro.
To do that
That's
job
what I want.
Yes.
for Zizou? Because I can say this year, I think the club's thrown Ten Hag under the bus with a few of these, a lot of this stuff. I don't think he's actually had mad help, and that's not fair on Ten Hag, to be fair. But at the same time, now
because he didn't want help though. He didn't want help. He wanted control. So he
He's
just
arrogant. It's very arrogant.
I think it's. I don't think all the blame should be on Ten Hag. Let's get one thing straight. It's both sides, isn't it? Both sides were shit. It's as simple as that. One, they should be cohesive, not I should do it by myself type situation. But that's the whole point of implementing a good board so they can help him with these sort of situations. Do you get what I mean? So, and he's a midfielder. He was a midfielder, right? So I'm pretty sure he can identify ballers. Midfielders identify ballers because they were midfielders. They don't want to play with shit. It never was shit. Do you know what I mean? So I'm looking at it like this. Like I feel like if he is, I think Staffy, to bring it back to what you said, didn't it? He would never take on a job where they haven't sold him a proper project and everything that's going along with it. In my opinion, anyways. So for him to do that means they're going to get certain players, and he'll get rid of whoever he needs to with cohesion with obviously the CEO and the director of football, and obviously our new technical director. So I think it's something to be optimistic about more than pessimistic.
Can I ask something else, Mr. B? I'm not trying to pick on you really, but
no, it's cool, man. It's because I got the poster up. It's all right.
No, I'm sorry, that's even that. It's because of the point that you made. But here's the thing: if we look at Man City as an example, when players leave Man City, do we really ever hear any outrage when Pep says, "I don't want Cancelo" as an example? Yeah, Cancelo kind of retaliated, but you can kind of see that everyone around him in the club and pretty much all of the football fan bases, rivals or City fans, didn't really argue with Pep because, like, we look at Pep, we look at what he's accomplished, we look at his talent ID and all that stuff. And we're like, if Pep says someone needs to go, who am I to argue with him? This is why all the ins and outs from City don't really have that much of an outrage as us versus United. When Central left, oh, why is Central leaving? No, what's this guy doing? Or Mount coming in? Oh, why is Mount coming? What is this manager with his talent ID shit? When Zidane does that, back to your point about getting rid of big players, I don't think we'll have the same outrage. Like, let's say, as an example, hypothetically speaking, Zidane comes in and he says, you know what? Marcus Rashford is not my type of winger.
That's the one.
Let's cash on him, and I'd rather get this type of player. Do you really think anyone would sit here and say, what the fuck is Zidane doing? I don't think we will, because we've seen him coach better players and win with them. So that's one that I could sit there, shut my mouth, and be like, you know what? He knows better. Versus Ten Hag, when he came in, a lot of people said, well, he just won a plate in the Netherlands. He won the Eredivisie. What credentials does he have to come into the Premier League and start bossing players around and Ronaldo around and Varane around, this and that? Don't you think that would eliminate that?
That's a good shout. You know, do you want to rebuttal that? Mr. B, before we?
I think I might suck that one up. To be fair, I might have to. I might listen. Yeah.
You know what's mad?
I'll have to suck that up.
Yeah, definitely big pause.
Well, before I do that, Ty says Zidane is a dreamer, bros. Big up, guys. Apparently, Goldbridge wants to keep Eric Ten Hag over Zidane. Listen, man. Listen, anyone listens to that absolute muppet here, then that's on you, innit? You get me? But right here, we talk differently, innit? So I'm saying, so people, if you want to listen to him, that's on you, innit? Nedu says, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not entertaining that Zizou talk. He's an absolute shit coach. Don't forget, literally had an elite team and messed up on the league. Football Heritage won those Champions League. Nah, that's very disingenuous. Normally we agree on everything, yeah, but he's not a shit coach. You don't win. How many back-to-back Champions Leagues? Yeah,
3 in a row.
It's not even that, bro. When you talk about losing the league, right? Two of the 3 leagues he lost to MSN, by the way. Messi, Neymar, Suarez.
MSN.
It's not like he wasn't going up against them, but obviously maybe the Atleti one, but that Madrid team was not the same. But during let's say the peak Madrid years that he coached, 2 or 3 leagues he lost to was Barcelona, who were still considered one of the 2 best teams in the world. But in Champions League, they bottled it in Champions League, right? But in the league, bro, Barcelona has for a long time been better in the league than Real Madrid. because they
They
have
had 8
philosophy.
leagues in 11 years. Remember?
Yeah, because they have a philosophy built by Pep that dominates league football. That's the way it is. While Madrid are always obviously the tournament team, the way they play and stuff like that. But he was still able to win a league within that. The 16-17 team, which I think is Zidane's best team in terms of the squad level and his coaching job. That team was insane, the 16-17. They ripped through Europe and they ripped up in the Champions League. I think it was the final year of MSN. He did that. So he's not a shit coach. You can't be a shit coach and win all the trophies that he's done. It's impossible. Because at the end of the day, if you think it's hard to coach like maybe some level, imagine having 11 world-class players and you have to coach all of them and make sure that some of them have to make sacrifices that they believe is below their standard. It is not an easy thing to do. That's why Carlo Ancelotti only manages elite clubs, because he can only manage a certain standard of player. Zidane's the same way. You're not going to have Zidane go manage Aaron Wan-Bissaka and stuff like that. You want him to manage the CR7s, the Gareth Bales, the Karim Benzema's, because he can relate to them. He can be like, yo, I've been a top player myself. I know what it takes. If you do this for me, we win. He wants winners. And at the end of the day, what is Man United? We're built for winning. That's what our ethos is. Because Staffy mentioned Fergie. Fergie wasn't a master tactician. He had a 4-4-2. But when you watch old United games, what was it? It was an attack, attack, attack. 4-4-2 with the goddamn ball in the box. 5 people crash the box and put the ball in the net. That's what it is. It wasn't tiki-taka. Look at our friends. Saeed, you go to games. You think United fans are going to be happy with the Zerbi 500 passes backwards? No, they're going to yell attack.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think they are going to be patient. Yeah. You're right.
We're
You're
not
right.
built. We're not built for Pep ball. We're never built for Pep ball. It's never going to happen. That's the antithesis of Manchester United Football Club. We are about.
That's what people. We now have to change with a new way of thinking. Is that INEOS' plan now to make sure that we don't just scream attack, attack, attack. We need to be like, yo, we're playing out from the back. We're going to play these short 1-2 passes. You know what I mean? Maybe that's the way now. But I don't know. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. I want a bit of both. Yeah. I want a bit of attacking, but I also want us to be coached well and play in a way where we play out from the back and it's smooth. I want that, man. I want a blend, bro. You need to have a blend. Like, I think Arsenal have a good blend in that they play out from the back and they're also powerful, they're strong, they're athletic. You know what I mean? They can get goals. Like, Arsenal do have a blend of playing out, but also physical as well in Saliba and whatnot. So they do have that blend. Do you know what I'm saying?
Go on. I was just gonna say, I don't feel sorry for Ten Hag. He wanted some of these players, so that's why I don't feel sorry for him. Like Anthony, he sanctioned it. He wanted it. Mount, when we didn't fucking need him. Sorry for swearing. Not needing him. Onana, really, we didn't really need him when a lot of us wanted Mete take over. We was excited for Onana, and I think he'll become something great that we need anyways. I'm not saying it's the worst thing in the world, to be fair. And other little bits and bobs. He wanted these guys, and he still can't create something that's decent enough or successful, So, and partly probably down to the board as well, not getting players that he wanted. But you don't always get your first choice, regardless. How could you not identify that you needed a DM before you needed a central midfielder and 8, anyways? So the way I looked at it is just, you wanted these guys, you can go down with the shit with it. That's why I don't feel sorry for him no more, and that's why I can't stay on this bandwagon.
This, you know what is mad, yeah? And big up to David, he's rebuttaling your comment. Staffy, that's disingenuous. Pep was a generational coach. We missed out on Zizou, had the best team in the world at Madrid. We need a proper coach with a philosophy like De Zerbi or Nagelsmann. David, I don't know if you knew already, mate, but Nagelsmann stayed at Bayern Munich. And De Zerbi, I don't know what the situation with De Zerbi is. I don't know. I think Omar Berrada likes it.
Yeah, let me unpack this, Saeed. Let me unpack this.
Yeah.
First of all, big up David Smith. I know he means no harm with the super chat. He's usually on my channel, so he's a good guy. Now let me unpack this. When I say we missed out on Pep, I get it. He was a generational manager, blah blah blah. But you can't also say in the same breath that Zidane had the best team, because we just literally earlier in the show we talked about the 2 teams that he had. One of them that was very stacked. I can't be mad at him that he had a stacked team and won 3 in a row. Because guess what? If it was that easy, they would have never sacked Ancelotti at the time. Ancelotti got sacked, Zidane took over, and he won all these Champions Leagues. Is Ancelotti a bum? No. But he left, someone else took over the job and actually did better than him. So we can't be that disingenuous. Now, to your second point, what was he talking about? He mentioned, Nagelsmann and De Zerbi. Listen, I have no problem with these managers that everyone, and I said this to Griggs earlier, everyone is so obsessed nowadays with talking about what style of play that you play. Now, most of us here are old enough to remember when we just used to watch football and we didn't call a specific type of football after the manager. Like, I didn't grow up saying we played a Fergie ball, I didn't say Wenger ball, and they didn't say Jose Mourinho ball and all that stuff. We just watched football and we watched winning football, okay? if you want one of these coaches instead of managers, let me remind you of one thing. We already went down that route with Ten Hag, and he didn't get it right. So let's not pretend that we didn't hire a coach. We hired a coach, and so far, he's not doing that well. When you look at the De Zerbis and Nagelsmann is going to extend it with Germany, so there's no point of talking about him. When you talk about De Zerbi, there's such a ceiling when you have this, the likes of De Zerbi in big clubs like this, because we've seen in the past, more recently, we've seen it with Graham Potter. You can get these guys in, they'll implement their own philosophy, but when they don't win stuff and they don't get the respect that they need by the club and by the players, and they don't have enough pull to get you the players that you need to eventually go over the line and win trophies, then these managers end up going. You can get a De Zerbi, have no problem with it, but you will realize that when he goes to a big club, at the end of the day, he has a ceiling. I look at De Zerbi different than people to do, because if we get De Zerbi, I wouldn't mind it, but I know in a couple of years, we will need another manager. Because to me, Griggs loves to say this a lot, and I agree with him. There's managers out there that are floor raisers. You can raise the floor with a manager, but eventually you need to hire a winning manager. So once again, back to my point, if someone like Zidane is available, you don't get a lot of chances to get these type of managers. Because I'll tell you what, in 2-3 years, we might have a better squad. We might be ready to take that one step forward and get a manager that wins us the league or the Champions League or whatever, but you don't know who's going to be available at the time. Everyone said don't get rid of Ten Hag because the market out there is not that good. Now the market's being available and there's managers out there, and Zidane is making himself available, and people saying, no, I'd rather keep Ten Hag. You can't have it both ways. You can't say there's no market, but I'm going to get you the best available one in the market right now. You say, no, I don't want him. That doesn't work. Sorry, I rambled on for too long.
Yeah, no, big up to the dude who says, stop this, Saeed. If you coached that Real Madrid team, you would have won a Champions League. Griggs Carlo is different. He coached that shit Everton team to top half finish. Zizou ain't doing that.
Listen, guess what Zidane did, by the way? By the way, that Carlo team, the first team that he took over Real Madrid, right when he won La Decima, Carlo wasn't able to win the league with that team. Zidane was. So it wasn't just Champions League. It was the league. He won the league. Carlo didn't win the league with Madrid until recently, 21-22, right? And this is the worst version of La Liga because Barcelona are not the Barcelona of old. Atletico are not the Atletico of old. So it's easier for Madrid to win the league now. But Zidane went up against MSN in the league and he won.
Prime Atleti.
Carlo, that was Prime Atleti. Carlo was never able to do that. He lost the league to Atleti, by the way, in 13-14 with a CR7, a Bale, and a Benzema in their prime. He lost the league to Atletico that year. Zidane went up against Prime MSN and the Diego Simeone with that Griezmann team 16-17. He won the league against them. That's for me as impressive as Carlo does. So, yeah.
Let me hear Rhino's opinion. Obviously, Rhino just come through that. Big up to Rhino, man. Guys, 1,000 people in the building, yeah? Not even 500 likes. Get them likes up, people, man. Get them likes up. But Rhino, you know what I mean? Obviously, we're talking about Zidane and whatnot. Are we moving mad? Are we not that club like now? Like, do we have to lower expectations now in terms of like the big boys? We've got to go for the De Zerbis and that now. And you know what I mean? Like, Nagelsmann, Graham Potter is another one. I don't think we're linked to that many, you know. I'll be honest with you. It's not a big pool, you know, man, of managers we're linked to, you know. Let's be real.
Do you know what it is? Yeah, I just feel like I'm just on whatever makes sense for the vision of INEOS, innit? Like, obviously, we can sit here, we can have our preferences, we can try and deliberate between what manager makes more sense and who we prefer. We can look at track records and whatever. You know, there's so many different examples of managers that have come with credit in the bank, and maybe we've got them too early, too late, they've passed their time, or you know what I'm saying, you've had someone like Ten Hag that had potential. He might have not had as much as we, you know, if you look deeper, he might not be as good as we thought he would have been. He might not have been as good as he really was if we actually looked deep into really what he done and looked into the whole Ajax structure and whatever. But you know, you got people like Postecoglou that's done his thing in the Scottish League and he's come here. So there's just so many examples. So for me, obviously, the main problem would be, I know you guys are talking about getting rid of players and whatever. And I even saw a quick comment. Someone was talking about, this ain't FIFA. How can we get rid of bums at United? But listen, from when Dyer's out Bayern, we've got hope, people. Like from when Eric Dyer can get a club, surely these guys at Man United can get a club, and that's not even too disrespect to Dyer. It's just the facts of reality. There's always going to be a coach that likes somebody that believes they can get the best out of a player. So as long as the business is done well, then the players should be easily be able to get rid of players. But yeah, with the Zidane thing, I don't know, man. I respect Zidane from what he's done. Obviously, I think he's a quality gaffer. But I just don't know if it fits within what we're gonna do. Are we gonna get rid of players, and is he gonna be part of the right driver to what INEOS and that are planning? Because 1 minute we're hearing they're going through this whole English kind of dynamic, and then we're hearing so many different things. So yeah, man, I think Zidane is a good shout. You know, and it's United at the end of the day. We can really go for anyone as long as it makes sense. But my main thing is to do the right thing. Let's not go for a name just because it's a name. It needs to fit the ethos and what they're trying to set at the club. You know, if they're trying to create an identity and a direction at this club, you know, they want to play a certain way of football, they need to get the right gaffer to play that way. And that's it for me still. So I'm not really fussed with all the names and whatever. If they think De Zerbi's for it, it is where it is. But at least man can say that, cool, with INEOS, we're on you. We need to, you get me, do the right thing. Because right now, you need to build our trust as fans. You need to start doing the right thing. Obviously, we've heard the news about Wilcox and whatever. Fair play. Yep. We're waiting on the Ashworth news. Fair play. So we just need to start seeing what they're trying to build.
They're doing the right things, man. I just feel like they need to do the dagger with the manager. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can do all of this, but then keep the manager. You know what I mean? It's a bit of a madness. I know Mr. B is not really happy with that. Big Up Nadu says, Griggs, come on now. There's so much context to be added, but you got a point. What I'll say is, look at Hansi. Man had an elite team, whatever, everything, and they went to Germany and died, is what Nedu
is that what Nedu thinks, that Zizou's not a quality gaffer? He doesn't.
I love how Nedu said. Nedu said there's so much more context, but when he tried to explain why Zidane is a shit
no
coach,
context.
That's one thing I think. By the way, I understand. I'll say this with Nedu. You should mention Hansi Flick in Germany, right? I would understand this if Zidane, if we're talking about Zidane never coached Madrid the second time. If we're talking about Zidane that only coached a 3P team and never coached again, and we just hired him, that you make your point. But we also saw him coach a Madrid team that was not at the caliber of the 3P team, nowhere near it. So, but he coached that team to a league title. So we've seen him do a job with the squad that's not as good as a world-class squad. He's had to play with, bro. Had to use Mariano Diaz as striker for certain games and still won games.
Yo, I remember. You know what I mean?
Stuff like that, man.
And this. Yo, man, crazy. Big up to Help. I'm not gonna read the rest of that, but big up to you, bro. Says INEOS said they will buy players to make them stars instead of buying stars. Yet clowns want Zidane. Zidane is 2p to manage Juve, let alone United.
I don't know about that one.
What it comes down to.
That's not right. That's not right.
I know. Listen. Big up to the guy, man. I think he's trolling us here. But let me ask you a question, yeah. Like, maybe I'll start with Mr. B. Yeah? Like, when you look at the next manager that comes in here, like, what are you looking for? If, say, Ten Hag does get sacked here, and if you don't believe Ten Hag gets sacked here, what do you believe that this team needs? Because I don't know what everyone wants. If I say let's bring a winner now, we win ugly, nobody wants that. If I say bring a coach like we did last time with Ten Hag, I'm not happy about that. So it's like, what do we want as a fan base? I think we're confused, you know, Mr. B. Like when you really deep, everyone in the chat right now wants different managers, different philosophy. What do we want? Like, we just got to go with the flow, like Rhino says. If this INEOS want this, we call it out. And if it goes wrongly, sack the manager. That's what we do, man. Big clubs, that's what they do. Bayern do it, Real Madrid do it. You think their fans complain? PSG do it. We're not any different. Come on, man. We act like we're, you know, Fergie 26 years. We're not 26 years anymore. We've been there, done that, man. If it is sack the manager, you sack the manager. Simple. You have to be ruthless in this game, man. But yeah, go ahead, Mr. B.
How much money the money got to sack Ten Hag?
I think it's 10 million, isn't it? Is it less than 10 million?
You gonna pay it or something?
No, listen. I wish I had a grand, to be fair, let alone 10 million. You know what I mean? I don't. Whoever comes in's got a difficult job. The players, the club need to sell players. Everybody's talking about buying players. You need to sell the players first. Ten Hag didn't want Harry Maguire. He didn't want Scott McTominay, but the club held on to him. Jose didn't want Martial. The club held on to him. If the club aren't willing to sell players, and this is where this new regime coming in, I want to see them get rid of players. I want to see them get rid of players.
More
then
than
we know,
more than a manager coming in.
Yeah, because
okay.
we've got some dead ballers at the club, bruv.
Dusty.
We've got some dead ballers at the club. You know, we've got a couple of good ones, but guess what? The good ones are the young boys. Mainu, Garnacho, who look like they will run through brick walls for the club. Yeah, Scott will run for a brick wall for the club, but he's not technically any good. So until the club starts selling players, regardless of who the manager, if Zidane, as I said, Zidane comes in and says, I want him gone, I want him gone, he named 6 players who he wants gone, that maybe the club didn't think, oh, rah, you know, shirt sellers, blah, blah, blah. Let's see if they're going to back the manager or if they will sack him once he starts getting ideas over his station. You know what I mean? Things need changing at the club. And my thing is sell the trash before you start. If you can buy them in between or whatever, fine. But get rid of the rubbish. We all know what the rubbish is. Like 7 players, we probably all name on a piece of paper out of 10, probably only get 3
name
wrong.
them. Name the players you would sell. I think we might have talked about this last time, but name the players you would sell in that squad.
Maguire, Rashford, Scott McTominay.
Yep.
Wan-Bissaka.
Yep.
Anthony.
Okay.
I mean, it's a whole heap of that team. It's a whole heap of that team. And it's a 50-50 squad. Yeah, it's how much time is it going to take to get rid of that trash? This is the players that we think are rubbish. Let alone when the manager comes in and says, no, it's not him. I want to keep Scott McTominay because I can feel him. But I want to get rid of he might not want to play Kobe. He might not want to play Kobe. Then what happens? You understand? That's more headache. And then he's going to clean out the club. And the brethren are going to hate him. So he's coming in with a stink all over him again. How long do you think those players are going to play for him? Is he going to be able to get rid of them again?
You know what it is, though? You know what it is with me, yeah? Like, it's a very, very difficult situation. Any manager has to come in, yeah. But the idea that we just keep the manager on because we've got problems with players and that, like, broski, like, imagine you keep him on and then he keeps the same players that are still here and he likes the same players that are still here and he persists with them same players that are still here. Like, that's also a net negative as well, man. Like, I look at it from a point of view of you go and get a new manager in, and like I said to you, if them same players that you're talking about, like the likes of Anthony, that he might improve a little bit. You know, people don't rate Garnacho, but if he improves him, he improves certain aspects of the team, and we're a bit better, we're a bit coached better. That might be better for everyone rather than, let's say, for example, getting rid of players rather than getting rid of manager. Which was more easier to do? Get rid of the manager. Unfortunately, you know, we want both. But unfortunately,
he's not getting back.
You know, yeah. You know what I mean? That's the reality situation. Big up Nedu says, Staffy tried to rebuttal Griggs, but I actually thought about his point and he got me. Big up Griggs. Yeah, okay. Say no more, people. You know what? Let me ask you a question to everyone, yeah, Ryan, I'll start with you. If we win the FA Cup, yeah, does that keep Ten Hag's job?
No. I don't want to hear none of that nonsense.
Bro, a lot of people are saying that, you know. They're saying,
what it is for me, yeah?
Cup, his job's safe.
It will be a parting gift. Thank you. You give me something. You know what? Let's go, man. I respect it. And I'll just hate him a little bit less. And I would even say hate, man. He's come to this job. I'm trying to even take all my emotions out of it. He's come to this job. He's bit off more than he can chew. He thought he can do his thing. He thought he could do the mad thing. Turn Man United into the biggest giant again. You know, wake up the sleeping giant. Come and install an ethos. Good is not good enough. Eras come to an end. You know, all of this stuff. Fair enough. First season, done what he done. I don't even want to go through it again. Second season, crumbled. Can't handle the pressure. Can't communicate with us, the fans. Can't communicate with the players. Doesn't have good man management. Like, what does the FA Cup mean? Like, what does it do for us? What does it show that he can do for next season? Nothing. Because all our wins have been either luck or player like quality, like player individual brilliance and all of that stuff. There's nothing he's shown. Yes, we've had a few moments, but they always say that saying, the whole a dead clock's right twice a day and all of that stuff. So I haven't seen enough level of consistent progression to know that cool, he's showing us something that we can hold on to. And cool, I bring in Arteta. People get triggered when you want to compare coaches, but hold that, I don't care. Arteta, some people say, yeah, you know, we should get rid of Arteta and all of this, keep whatever. But at least if you look at him, whether or not he hasn't taken them to the final step and they keep bottling it when it gets to the pressure points, you still see that they've progressed bit by bit. From the 8th, the 5th, then they had the whole second thing, and then now they've challenged again for a second season. ended, they've got further in the Champions League. Before they didn't do all of that. So if you look at that as an analogy, he's shown progress that you can turn around and say, okay, you know what? Even if it's very kind of, let me have hope he can do it next season, and it's very unlikely, you can still understand that, okay, you know what? Maybe he might get them a bit further next time. Whether you agree or disagree, you can at least see a level progression. With Ten Hag, there's no consistency. And I said the other day on the show, I said management is about respect and consistency.
Facts.
We need to see that, like, because I'm a manager, I manage artists, I'm in the industry. You have to you obviously you build respect in different ways, but you have to be consistent with your ethos and how you treat everybody. Even if you treat everyone differently, if they believe and respect you, they'll understand where you're going with it. Whereas with Ten Hag, it's like they just don't rate him no more. They've lost all faith. So the way we're going to win the World Cup is going to World Cup. The way we would win the FA Cup if we do win it it's not going to be any sort of brilliance on the pitch. 100%. I can say it now. We might have a good first half, a good second half. The players might turn up for the occasion, but we can't rely on turning up for the occasion. Why do these players only play when they feel like it? What are you doing wrong? Why are we seeing players like Varane that never speaks? Varane's quiet as a mouse. That man, they don't talk, bro. We're seeing little things. You know, we're seeing loads of players disgruntled. This is the most I've seen in. He already came into a mess of a club, and he's made it so much more worse. Our club is such a mess. Like, we're always in the media. Oh, this person pushed up his face. This person's not happy Ten Hag subbed him. I know it happens with City and whatever, but you don't see it as much. And even then, when you see it, it's a bit more understandable, and there's still a bit of respect there. You know, Pep's going to handle it when he had that situation with De Bruyne and all of that. So Ten Hag hasn't done enough for me. And I wish I could sit here and say, you know what, give him another chance. But I'll be delusional. And all these people that want to keep Ten Hag in, yeah, you Ten Hag inners, you belly button, you inside belly buttons. That's what I'm gonna call you guys, yeah. Where you got in belly buttons and out belly buttons. You guys are the inners, yeah. All you inners, bruv. I just don't understand. And
Mr.
I'm
B,
not even
chat to him.
Yeah, Mr. B, because I think I did watch. Obviously, we've been meaning to work as well for a long time, so big up you. But I just don't get what you hold on to. You feel me? The same way I ask myself, if this was your money that you're paying Ten Hag, and every time you win, you get bread, and every time you lose bread, and right now you're bankrupt. Bruv, Marcel said he will go more bankrupt for Ten Hag. I don't believe that. I actually don't believe that. That's crazy.
You know what?
That's nuts.
I can't lie. I agree with everything you just said there, Ryan, about one part. Again, there's no hole in that. Don't ever, in your entire career ever again, put Arsenal on the same pedestal as Manchester United, ever.
Listen, analogy. Same way I say Garnacho and Ronaldo. Listen to what the message. Don't get caught up in the details.
The lie is more entertaining.
It's Arsenal.
I
hate Arsenal too, but
I'll twerk for them to win the league. I don't give a damn, yeah. But don't ever put us on a pedestal. If a manager gave me 4.5 years and didn't win me a damn trophy, but won with somebody else's squad, get out.
No, I hear that. But there's still progression. You can still see some progression.
No, I hear it. You know what it is with me, yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know what it is with me, yeah. I hear the progression part in it, and they gave him time to reform. Obviously, Arsenal works slower than Man United in that regard. But if a season happened like last season, and then especially this season that's just gone on, you're getting out. You're out in my book.
I hear it. I hear that though. I hear it.
In my books, get the hell out. I need cups. You can't with that sick team that he's got. You can't even win a damn FA Cup, let alone a Carabao Cup. Get out. Did you get what I mean? You can do
100%.
Everything else you said is facts. The thing is,
it's funny, Cass, because I think we had a deja vu moment where you said I did a similar comparison. And you said, Rhino, don't compare Arsenal again. You said this to me before, but you know what I mean? I hear it though. I hear it.
So Saeed said, did they give LVG time? The thing is, yes, Saeed, why should I go into this match against Coventry on Sunday and think, oh my God, what if they win? Why man, as a Man United fan, I've never thought that, even under David Moyes. Against Coventry, and then we're thinking, they might have a chance. You know what Coventry man were doing? They were celebrating. So if people know Casey Palmer, I grew up Casey Palmer, yeah. And then I see Mandan post on the Twitter chat that he's actually excited to play Man United over Chelsea and Manchester City. Do you understand how embarrassing that is?
It's peak.
Do you understand how embarrassing that is? This is finito sense. And the guy that said that don't improve players and he only needs stars. Go get your head washed, my guy, because I don't remember Sensio, Carver Howard, them man being stars at the time. You got the best out of these players. Get the best out of players.
Kaz is rattled.
No, it's not.
You know what's mad, yeah?
Like this is just a bit mad, isn't it? I just feel like people like to just throw out nonsense as much as I like to throw out nonsense, but that's even worse. I just don't get how people can't not want the Zidane when it's so crap. We're so crap.
You know what's mad?
You know so what's inside? It's like, let me just make this analogy. It's like imagine, Cass, you go to the club and you're eyeing like a chick. She's like a 7, 7.5. And you're like, you know what? That's probably my league. Let me go for this chick. You rejects you, like, fuck.
Yeah.
And then an hour later or whatever, this bad thing, 10 out of 10, she approaches you and she's like all over you and stuff. Are you gonna sit there and be like, well, that wasn't my expectation? So it's like, I gotta reject it now. Bro, no, shut the fuck up. You asked for that number, you bought her that drink, you danced with her with the night, and then you hope you go home with her. That's what you do, bro. This guy's sitting here. It's driving me crazy, bro. We're sitting here in the streets begging. We're begging for a manager, and these guys are saying, no, I want De Zerbi over Zidane. Are you crazy?
It's so true, man. It's like a 10-10 comment. She's talking to you. And then you bottle it because you think like, "Rod, do I actually have a chance with her when she's talking to you?"
I don't have a chance. She's
talking to you.
You know what the biggest
It's Ryan
settings.
to you, bro. It's Ryan settings. It's Ryan. Maybe them man are like Ryan.
16 out of 10. These men right now, you know what they want me to do, Rhino? They want me to pull the 16 out of 10 with Zidane.
By the way, can I just say, the two girls below us are looking 16 out of 10s today, both of them.
Right, big up the panel.
Yeah, for real, man. For real. Listen, shout out to Flawless on that one, man. Let me get this super chat here. Big up the dancers. Under these old melts, they were asking players if they wanted to leave. These new brothers need to be say, listen, find a new club or you're in the reserves. If you upset people, then so be it. And Nedu says, Kaz is 100% right. I don't get when people are compared to Arteta. Arsenal, like Arteta got these man winning nearly.
Leave me alone, Nedu.
Every year while spending loads of money. They spent 600 million. You know what it is, yeah? I feel like for me, yeah, it comes back down to expectations. Like for me, yeah, I don't think FA Cup should be the job that saves a manager. Like it's crazy, isn't it? Like the fact that INEOS did say though, Champions League football, yeah, it's key. Like there was rumors of basically reports coming out, Griggs, that Champions League football is key and that they do want it. Broski, you know what's mad, yeah? If we win the FA Cup, we're getting Europa League. If we don't, we're going to be in Conference League, guys. Griggs, let me start with you. We're going to be in Conference League, bro. You know how mad that is, yeah? And
Chelsea, all I'm going to say is, man, Conference League. I saw Olympiacos make semifinals. Am I going to see Man United make Conference League semifinals?
Maybe.
To Kosovo. We'll see that trip.
I saw Villa play Lille yesterday. I promise you, the way Lille played, Lille would have slapped us up easily on their side.
Are you mad? Facts. Go on.
But I think with United, obviously, I think Ten Hag is gone. I'm not gonna lie. It's just a matter of time. He's on walking on borrowed time. No Champions League football, which I agree. I think that's probably the final dagger. FA Cup, it's a nice little trophy. Obviously, it's good to win it, and it's gonna put a little bit of a salvage to the season, right? Like I always say, we leave with something, right? If we win the FA Cup, we can leave the season with something. So we can make fun of Arsenal fans that don't win anything. We're like, we won the FA Cup in our worst ever season.
That's
what did you win? Like
if we win the FA Cup,
Liverpool, by the way, Liverpool only won the Carabao Cup. Liverpool only won the Carabao Cup in the Klopp farewell year. Our worst every year. We won the better domestic cup than you. So it's like kind of stuff like that. But in terms of Ten Hag, I think he's gone.
We won't win it though. We won't win it.
Relax. What's the negative energy, man?
Fans of Man City don't make it.
Griggs, you think we're winning the FA Cup? That's nuts.
It all depends on if Chelsea beat Manchester City. I am fully confident we can win the FA Cup.
Yeah,
I am not losing to Chelsea in the FA Cup final. I'm not doing that. We're not doing that.
That'll be embarrassing.
Back to Ten Hag. From basically it feels like he just like I think INEOS kind of put him under like an interim tag. Like he was basically auditioning for his job once Ratcliffe signed the deal and everything like that, and he's failed on across all levels. He's getting like if he had a report card right at the end of the season, it's all Fs, no Ds, pause, no C's, no B's, no A's. I said pause. Relax.
Where's the Rock when you need him?
So that's what it is. That's what it is with Ten Hag.
Send it me, man. I told you to send it me.
He's got all Fs. That's what it is with Ten Hag. So I think for me, he's basically walking on borrowed time. FA Cup not going to salvage anything. I think INEOS kind of already know the decision. They're just waiting for the season to end to finally announce it. And man, all I'm saying is I actually looking for a manager. So Ten Hag, don't be like Nagelsmann, man. Go back to your ex. Sometimes it's okay. Sometimes you got to go back to the X. Go back to Ajax. Go fix them over there, bro. They're struggling. Get them back out the mud. And meanwhile, we go get Zizou. We go get the real ball gaffer. That's what I'm saying, man. Some aura. Imagine
He got
Zidane
his
walking
version
out
of
to Old
McTominay there,
Trafford.
though, by the way.
What happened?
He has his own version of McTominay there. He'll go back home and find Henderson.
This
So
guy's
there you
this
go.
guy's
It won't feel that different.
I hate this guy's.
Exactly.
Wait, Zidane? Who? Ten Hag?
What do you mean?
Who?
What?
Who? McTominay? Who? Henderson?
Oh no, because he's saying go back to Ajax. I said, yeah, you'll find your version of McTominay over there.
Oh, yeah,
Henderson
yeah.
is waiting.
Oh
So.
yeah, my man. Yeah, what's my
Yeah,
man?
it'll feel like home.
Goretzka. You know, let me ask you a question, Mr. B. If he wins the FA Cup this year, sorry, do you think he deserves one more stint at the role? I know. Listen, we know you're
I do accept that. I don't think he's got any chance after the end of the season.
I like Mr. B.
It's how quick
Corrupt.
they get rid of him, So I'm not an idiot. I get it. People say he hasn't got a system. He does. It's just really, really shit. The one in midfield, he knows what he wants to do. The players are playing under his instructions. But I would have liked to have hoped that he would have changed. He would have changed something. I still believe, rightly or wrongly, that he's going to get it right before the end of the season. But it's never going to be enough to save his job. I'm not going to sit here and say, "Oh, he's got to stay." No. If they keep him, they're going to show a lot of bravery in what he is doing. As one of you said earlier on, they want the best in class, and Ten Hag's not the best in class. But question: when he was touted for the Man United job, was there any opposition from any of you guys?
No.
No, I wanted him.
I wanted him over Poch. I'll listen. Respectfully, I'll hold that. I respectfully hold that. This is why I made my point earlier when people saying we need a coach. You actually have a coach right now. This guy's more of a coach than a manager. Unfortunately, I think he's coaching the wrong things. Someone like Zidane would come in, and I made that point earlier to Griggs as well. I said, managers like Zidane feels like an old school manager. He's not one of these tactical favorites, as they would like to say. But here's what I like about it. I need a manager because I've seen what Ten Hag does. And by the way, I don't think Ten Hag's an idiot. I actually do think he has a game plan. He's just unable to get these players to execute it. And that might be because it's not actually possible to get them playing that style of football that he has in his head. Whatever that, because Marcel likes to call it that hybrid style of football. I don't think that thing exists until we actually get to see it. And if we never get to see it, then it was just an idea at the end of the day. Zidane comes in, and I believe he does one thing, and he's already proven that he does it very well. He does the basics very well, and he'll let players, not all of them, obviously, the good ones, they will excel at doing the basics well. I don't think anyone has ever watched Real Madrid when they were winning all these trophies, and they're like, wow, I've never seen that style of football before. It's basic. You can look at the way they defend, the way they hold the ball, and the way they counterattack and all that stuff. That's stuff that we've always seen. However, I feel like he's gotten all the players at the same time to do their basic jobs and excel at it at a very high class level. And this is what Ten Hag hasn't done for me. I want someone to come in and just play the sport in a simple way again. However, keep improving on it to the point where you are reaching these world-class levels. I don't need to see 3-1-6. I don't want to see Bruno drop in as a third center back, pick up the ball. No, let Bruno go do forward what he does best, which is he is a 10. Just be a creator. I don't want you to overcomplicate it.
I'd rather you play the. Do you think De Zerbi would do more madder though? Yeah, but De Zerbi might do it correctly though. That's the problem. De Zerbi might do it correctly though. With Ten Hag, man can't even do the 3-1-6 right. Like, whenever you see this 3-1-6 perform,
to be fair, De Zerbi doesn't play 3-1-6. No,
I'm not saying. I'm saying like, if De Zerbi just have a mad style, if you just have a mad style, at least you'll see you'll see it in its kind of entirety, or you'll see a bits of it. With Ten Hag, bro, I never see this 3-1-6 like, I don't see that. Maybe last season I seen it properly. When Martinez was there. That's why for me, Martinez is so crucial to his system. But at the same time, you can still see the gaps were still there, and that's why I'm like, yo, man, like you need a better coach, man. You need a manager comes in and says, you know what, I know what I'm doing. I know I'm going to come in here and I'm going to set a style of play. We need a style, man.
You know what is
everyone
that
else,
side?
it's
Yeah,
styles.
the one that denying Ashworth and all of these lot. It's rivals. You know what it is? Rivals are deep down scared of Man United coming back. That's a fact. And a lot of Man United fans that didn't live through that era are the ones that denying it, pretty much.
Yeah.
But the ones that can see stuff for what it is and are old enough, I don't care if I feel like I'm offending you due to your age, then I don't give a shit. But I'm just saying it along the sides of, at the end of the day, rivals are scared, bro. It is what it is, isn't it? You get the best in class. We're currently getting the best in class in all the board members and stuff like that, and they still think it's gonna be crap. It's not gonna be crap. It can't get any worse. You know what I mean? We're not Tottenham levels. Let's be honest. I don't even know why even rivals are watching Man United news. They're watching Man United news show like this because guess what? They want to be informed. They want to know what they're going to be up against next season potentially. They want to hear, they want to hear what Man United have to say. It is what it is. And if you go back to 2021, remember Zidane left because he felt undermined by Perez. I think you said that before. He felt like he wasn't in a position of a place where he can get backed. And that's why he departed, So he never said that his coaching's finished. If he could have went Juventus, Thiago Motta's taken that. He don't want Juventus because guess what? Their board ain't exactly the greatest when it comes to coaches. They undermine their coaches too. He might go to Bayern Munich potentially, but right now I think their board's in a bit of a mess. Right now, if you're looking at a project that's going to succeed on someone that's got, board members that are knowing their jobs and footballing people and stuff that could potentially rival, where else to prove yourself better than the Premier League against Pep Guardiola and the others and see where you're really at? Because that would tempt the best of the best. Just saying, innit?
You know what I respect the most also, Cass, is he's been, sorry, I'll let you go in a second. I respect the fact that, by the way, there's people out there that were asking, when's the last time he had a job? If you think Zidane is sitting there without a job because he hasn't been offered jobs or he can't get a job, you're deluded. You're absolutely deluded. He is sitting there by design and willingly not taking on any jobs until he finds the right one. And I think, Ranu, you weren't here earlier when I said that because you did touch on that. And I wanted to get your opinion on this. Wouldn't that fill you more with confidence if Zidane takes on the job, knowing how picky he is?
Yeah.
He's so picky with just taking any specific job. Wouldn't that fill you with confidence more, knowing that, wait, hold on a second. Since he left Madrid, he rejected so many jobs because he felt like it wasn't the right project for him. And we've been known to selling shit projects and just having anyone take on them and then we fail. But all of a sudden now, INEOS is saying they're going to get the best in class and they go ahead and convince one of the most stubborn managers out there to take on any project and they sell him the job and he actually takes on it, which means to me that, they're actually for real.
No, I agree.
And he actually believes them enough to be like, you know what? I'm going to put my reputation on the line and take on this job because you guys are serious. Wouldn't that fill you more with confidence?
Yeah. Do you know why it would fill me with confidence? Because you have to look at it like this. Where he's come from and the CV he's built, he knows about structures and stuff like that. He knows what's good and what's bad. So yes, United are in a bad place at the moment, but if INEOS are putting a project towards him and he agrees with it, of course it must mean that he sees some sort of vision, especially being the fact that he's that stubborn. He must think, okay, you know what? I'm not an idiot here. This is looking like it makes sense. And yeah, I'm all for it. I don't know how he would work in terms of building from such a bad rot that we are in regards to like getting to where we need to be, but yeah, if he's ready to accept it, I'm way more confident than respectfully going for someone like De Zerbi. Do you know what I'm saying? So
yeah. Big up to Team Man says, now we're watching to see your tears and delusions. Cuz sit down. Listen, people.
One, I'm sitting down, and number two, let's see if you're still here next season because the guys that are really here for side are not the delusion; they're the real ones. Let's just see the ones when you're sat down. I don't even know who you support, but I don't know. But all I can say is watch. It can't get, like I said, it can't get any worse. It can't. No, please, it can't.
Wait until Sunday.
1.2K in the building. Yeah, until Sunday. Yeah, 1.2K in the building. People, let's smash a like button. Big up to Masood before talking about the Jason Wilcox news. Confirmed technical director. Listen, that you know what that came out of the blue. Because I didn't think it was going to be confirmed. Did you see Southampton's tweet? By the way, did you see their tweet? They don't see their tweet. Southampton.
Are they salty?
Bro, they were hella salty, man. You lot in the chat, did you not see Southampton's tweet, bro? Nah,
what I will say,
crazy. I've never
what
seen.
I will say to that.
Yeah, go on.
I haven't seen it.
I love the fact that United are pissing people off.
I know,
right now, they are getting up. People, Newcastle hate us. Southampton hate us.
Speak on that.
Man City might act like they don't hate us for taking their big boy. The fact that we are getting up people's noses means we don't care about you. Why should we care about hurting other people's feelings when we want to get ourselves back to the top? You know what I mean? My sister, how much time does Zidane get? Zidane, we employ Zidane tomorrow. Ten Hag is sacked before the cup final. How long does he have?
Yep, facts, 100%, man.
You know, we're not a patient fan base at the best of times. We won a trophy last year. You know what I mean? So are we going to be in the same situation in 2 years, praying for another Baldy to go, looking for somebody with dreadlocks to run the club?
I don't understand. Reluctantly, you know, that's
they said reluctantly. I agreed to allow director of football Jason Wilcox to
they gotta give it up, man.
Having reached an agreement.
Salty Saints. Salty Saints,
man. But you know what it is? I feel sorry for them, man. Them man are always getting robbed, man. Them man are
hold that, man.
Teeth.
Bro, wait. You know what? I just remembered saying these guys literally got relegated because for years they sold their best players to Liverpool. And now you want to cry because we took one of your directors.
They gave me Schneiderlin. They gave Liverpool Van Dijk, man. Nah, I've had enough of
them. You belong in the championship. Stay there. Stay there.
Yeah.
I mean, I've always said this because I think Mr. B was spot on, bro. It's time for us to become the villain again. We're always the villain in the league because we're Man United, but we're like a shit villain. I want to be the Joker again. I want to be the guy that makes everyone miserable. That's what I love to be. I don't want to be Arsenal that want like everyone to make my team sound good and rate all my players. I don't care.
Play pretty football. We play.
I don't care. I want to be the guys that everyone hates again. That's what I want to do. I want to.
We need to destroy system football.
Exactly.
That's what needs to happen.
And because of this, because I think there's rumors coming out, by the way, that Pep is going to leave after his contract expires in 2025. There's already rumors coming out that Bergerstein, that Chicky dude, that he's leaving first and that Pep's going to follow him out the door. The moment that leaves, I've always said this has to be INEOS' plan. The moment Pep leaves, I want to be the ones to capitalize.
There's talk inside the club as well of him signing a 1 year extension as well, apparently.
Pep?
Yeah.
He needs to go be a family man, bro. It's time. Go back to Spain. Go watch the family. Go be the wife. Go be with the kids and enjoy them, bro. Let someone else be happy and win something.
Bring back proper wingers. Bring it back.
This guy has me watching Jack Grealish ball, man. And Jack Grealish is out here trying to defend his play style. No, he's got to give it up to him, man.
No, Cassie, you know what I said? I need us to play a style of football that's not similar to Pep. Guess how many managers got the best out of Pep playing his style? No one. Look at his arch nemesis. Look at his arch nemesis. Who are Pep's arch nemesis throughout the years?
Mourinho,
Ancelotti. Those are the ones that always get the best out of it. I know Klopp didn't win more trophies, but Klopp had his number when it was 1v1. Like when
let's be honest though, Liverpool should have won 2 titles. Like if it wasn't for stupid VAR, bro. Like they like, and we're talking horrible, like the Rodri handball and stuff. So if we're gonna go, I know it sounds a bit salty on that part, but technically, really, they wouldn't have had that.
But that's what I'm trying to say, Cass. I don't want. Listen, I'm really not trying to diss Arsenal. I don't care like that. But Arsenal are trying to do what Pep already done. I don't want to do that. I want to get something different because I know for you to beat Pep, you can't be Pep. You need to be the antidote to Pep. Okay? Because Pep is always going to outclass you what he's good at. You know what I'm saying? So you need to build something different. These type of managers that we listed, and someone said Zidane also had the best of him a few years ago in the Champions League. I hear what you're saying.
Tuchel did, not Zidane. Zidane did.
Tuchel is a good shout. I mean, even though he's shit. My point is, I'm not trying to build what someone else did. When you look at, as I said, in the Premier League, the only one that was able to rival him was Klopp, and Klopp had his own identity. You need your own style of football to go against this Pep style of football. And you said it perfectly. We need to destroy system football. We never had system football under Fergie. You didn't know what it was. You couldn't tell me what it was, but it won a lot. And this point, I want to bring up this point before I let you guys go ahead as well. Bastian Schweinsteiger in the interview with Gary Neville came out and spoke. No, but forget the United stuff that he said. When he was talking about when Pep was in Bayern, he had so much praise with Pep. But you know what's one thing he stated and he pointed out? He said, this wasn't our style of football. He said it wasn't our identity. He said, I felt like we were going too far of what we used to be. German football.
He said Van Gaal was the best coach. Till this day, they copy Van Gaal's style as well. That's what he said as well.
Because Van Gaal actually
Van Gaal was
blended
the one
it
that
in what
brought
they
them
were already
back.
doing.
Total
Yeah.
football.
He blended it in what their identity is. Let's not take German football as a joke. There's a reason why they have the most World Cups. They have, Brazil has, but they have the second most, I think, 4. They had an identity. My point is to say is that even someone like Bastian Schweinsteiger, who's won everything with all these managers he's been with, he said we were going away with our identity. When Pep went to Man City, let's just be very, I'm sorry, I'm trying to be respectful about it, but they never had any heritage before that. It was easier for him to come in and just give him an identity. And this identity is what we're going to carry on for years.
The identity was already set at City for Pep to take over, because if you look at their board, it was all Barca guys.
No, but that's the point.
That was always the end goal, though.
They brought football culture into City. We had our own culture. We've seen for years us winning in ways where we didn't necessarily need just a coach. We needed a manager, okay? And we've won a lot playing that way. And you said it perfectly. Our style of play is winning football. We didn't just sit there and pass the ball about 500, 600 times, maintain possession so we can win 1-2-0. Bro, we went at it with everyone, bro.
It comes from the fans.
And we need to go back to that.
The style comes from the fans. Is what a lot of us are used to at Old Trafford. That's why you got the whole chant attack, attack, attack. It comes from the fans. What we're used to.
Yep.
Maybe passing football might piss us off like it did under Louis van Gaal. You know.
No, but the thing is, though, what Schweinsteiger said, he was listen, man, Louis van Gaal didn't get backed enough, man. He said it might have been boring a little bit, but he said, he didn't really have a attack. He didn't really have
Van Gaal has a lot of respect in football. Like when it comes to his players,
He does,
even Rooney.
He didn't get backed. When you're deep it, Van Gaal, as boring as what he did not get backed at all. He got Di Maria, and that's it.
Yep. That was
He
it.
got
He got a couple of. I think he got Ander Herrera.
Bro, we were playing Tyler Blackett and Cameron Borthwick Jackson, and all them, man.
I know.
Do you understand?
We finished 5th,
Mitchell.
I think it was actually, I personally think it was after Van Gaal left that the Glazers and Ed Woodward clocked that they need to spend a lot of money to fix this team. It was I think Van Gaal was the one that kind of pushed them over that edge, and unfortunately, it was like a manager too late, because for me, I think Van Gaal should have gotten the backing that Jose originally did. Because I think Van Gaal could have done more with the money.
Yeah.
He got the best out of the young player. He's the one that brought in Rashford and Marcel. But it's just, I'm not going to forget, though, Van Gaal's football was so boring. It was so boring.
No, but it wasn't.
20 shots, bro.
It was boring, but the thing is, though, it was controlled, man. You know what I mean? It was controlled. It had an identity. Like you could see the philosophy of my.
Yeah, no, he had a philosophy, bro. We were 20 shots, bro. At Old Trafford, we were dead last shots at home.
There was moments like I remember I was at the Tottenham game, Man United versus Tottenham. I was like, wait, what's going on with this Ashley Young, Mata, Fellaini trio going on? Like, am I bugging? We destroyed them. I think it was 3-0. But you only saw that in some games. But when it comes down to breaking teams, long.
Would you take that team there? Would you take this team here? That's a -2 goal difference. That is that basically has no control.
Which squad is better?
Yeah, which football was better? Louis van Gaal football or Ten Hag football?
I said it to you before, Said. Under Louis van Gaal, we never got pumped like that.
Yeah,
we did.
Also, Big Six games. Van Gaal had everything for a Big Six game.
Yeah,
he was not losing.
Never lost to Liverpool,
except Arsenal away when Arsenal pumped us in 15.
Is that when? Wait, is that the one where Valencia we got pumped like 3? I think Sanchez.
10 minutes. First 10 minutes of the game.
It was done. I remember working at flipping. I was working at was that during when the Rugby World Cup was going on or something?
Damian had a shocking game that game.
We got cooked that game. We got cooked, man. You know
what I'm saying? We got cooked, but that could happen, innit? I want to discuss Hojlund, and obviously we've been linked with Benjamin Sesko, which I don't understand why, man. But guys, Hojlund. Start off with you, Mr. B. Yeah, like, do you think the criticism of Hojlund is harsh? Do you rate him? Like, where do we talk about Hojlund? Because a lot of people have be like, you know what? We need number 9. Is he the guy? You know what I mean? But what are you saying, Mr. B? Like, how can we help him? I put the title. He needs help. Is it question about his help, or does he need to do better?
No, because when you see him running, he runs his ass off. He does. He really, really works hard. But if nobody ain't giving, we've got the most selfish wingers in the league.
Yeah.
Rashford don't want to pass to nobody. He'll draw 4 men in. I tell my players on a Saturday, if you've got 3 men in front of you and they've come to mark you, pass the ball quickly. There's going to be an overlap eventually, but he just thinks about the glory. Garnacho's 20 years old. and he probably likes that feeling of scoring goals, which I understand. But Hojlund ain't getting no chances. He could play for 4 years. Nobody ain't passing the ball. We got Bruno, who just wants to be taking shots from 40 yards. Yes, all right. He got one in the other day, granted. Hold up my hand. But you're the captain of the team, and you've got a centre forward who is brocking his neck to close down the centre backs. You see, he goes. That's great. But then when he gets the ball, he's shattered. You know, if he gets the ball, he's shattered. So he's a 20-year-old who's had nobody to guide him at the club. Rashford ain't guiding him. They ain't got no other centre forward ahead of him. So who is he learning from? Benny McCarthy, who's going to teach him how to shoot. He's not going to teach him how to hold off a man. You see him, he's strong, but when he's holding off a man, he's worried about the man and not the football. The first thing you need to do is control the football. Be in control of the football, but he wants to be back. He's got a lot to learn, but he's 20 years old. So what do? Do they get somebody really old like they do that he can learn off? Do they give him somebody who's going to rival him, which I don't think is really going to be a good idea if you've just wedged 70 million on him? So they need to work out how they, sorry, he's 21. They need to work out. I would love to play with 2 strikers. I'll be honest. I don't know what formation we could play in that. But I would. Well, if that's, I know my guy said Zidane's 4-4-2 diamond, yeah.
There you go. Listen, Mr. B, think about it again. You're kind of buying yourself into what we said.
Listen,
when we end the stream, just think about it.
I don't have a problem with Zidane coming in, but I just feel he's going to have the same problems that Ten Hag has got if they can't sell players.
You know why we can't get onto Hojlund, yeah? For one, because Ten Hag bought a striker that was never done target man stuff. He makes him wrestle strikers, and he has to come so far deep because we can't control the game, and he's not getting no touches. And when he makes a run, he gets ignored. Some of his runs though are a bit brazy. It's like, what are you doing there? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think there was one even in the last game. Who was it against? That who was it against? We just drew. Who was it? The last game. Who's the last game we just drew to? We just dropped points. Bournemouth. Yeah, there's Bournemouth one, and there was another one. It's like some of the runs is like, why are you running it? But that comes down to coaching. Get some coaches. That's the whole point of an attacking coach. At the same time, it comes down to wingers being, you know, like Garnacho. To be fair, Garnacho played all right, I thought, against Bournemouth. He just didn't get enough. And then Rashford's just Rashford. I just feel like you can't get onto Hojlund. It's impossible. But you can criticize him, but you can't get onto him and say he's not the truth and all this kind of stuff. I think that's just harsh.
My boy.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you can't just back it. Like, it's annoying that he's trying to like WrestleMania against Striker, but that's what the manager wants. This guy's in behind. This guy's in behind.
Say it again, Griggs. What's his name?
Jack Swagger, All American.
Jack Swagger. You know what, you man. You know what it is here? I feel like we need to be the level of criticism with Hojlund. That's got to be fair, man. Why does it have to be over?
No,
I feel like now everybody's had enough.
Because he's not a good footballer, bro. Just say
no, everyone needs a scapegoat.
Yeah. I think
Rhino, stay quiet. I know you're looking at me. I'm not doing this again with you. I'm not doing this again with you.
I've gone back and forth with Hojlund. So like, there's moments where I'm like, I kind of agree with what Mr. B said. Like, what's gonna be the second striker solution, right? Do we go with the young guy like a Sesko? Have 2 young strikers? I don't really want to go down that route. I've been going back and forth. Do I bench Hojlund for a year?
You want Garassi or something like that?
No,
for cheap,
I don't want Garassi either.
Then who's available?
I've always said, even when Hojlund, before we signed Hojlund, I remember when I was on sites last year, I talked about what striker do United get? Do they want they want like the poacher, or do they want the target man? And when you go target man, I've always wanted. I think in modern day football, I think the best striker is a mobile target man. The likes of Dom Solanke, the likes of Isak. I think those are the best kind of.
Isak's not a target man.
He can link up.
He is technically.
No, he's a mobile.
Technically, he is.
No,
he don't like staying down the middle. He always edges off to the left. Go watch the
mobile target. No, but I'm talking about mobile target man where he can receive the ball.
Yeah, mobile target man. Yeah.
Mobile target man. He gets shifted too easily. Not him. Go get
he can receive the ball with his back to goal. With back to goal, Isak can receive the ball and he could turn and he can spin you and he can run in open space.
I know, man. I
can do
know.
that.
It's ball to feet, but anything in the air, man, target stuff is not. He's not bringing it down, bro.
But the target man today in football is not the same as the target man 10 years
Yeah,
ago.
but go get Tony. Tony's the mobile target.
I'm not talking about Manzu. I'm not talking about Ivan Toney's not mobile. He's not mobile.
What do you mean he's not mobile? What?
Ivan Toney is not that quick. I'm gonna be real. He is not that quick.
You said
He's
mobile.
not quick.
Does mobile mean quick?
Mobile, yeah. Mobile means that you can move.
No, mobile means you can move. You're not some Mandzukic that's on the spot. We're talking about someone that can move
that's
left and right.
That's why I said target man back then was like Mandzukic, them kind of guys that are just like in the middle. The ball sticks to them and they let it off. Mobile target man is someone that can receive the ball to goal, but can also run in behind.
I like Dominic Solanke. That shout's the best shout if you want it.
That's what I said. I like Skamaka. Like Skamaka's another one. Ollie Watkins.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I like Skamaka too. I don't think his stint at West Ham should be rated. That shouldn't be judged.
That's why I agree with that. I think
David
Moyes hates strikers. I'm gonna be real. He
fair
just
enough,
wants to run around and do the dog yard shits. But I wanted those kind of strikers because I think that in modern day football, if you're gonna play with a lone 9, you need those guys. Hojlund is not a lone 9. At Atalanta, he played in the front 2 for a reason. He cannot be the lone 9 because he doesn't know how to back into a center back. Like I said, he wants to wrestle them because he's strong and he thinks he can use, but he doesn't know how to use his strength. It's the same thing with Hojlund. I see the same issues with Hojlund I see in Hojlund. Hojlund don't know how to bully center backs in back to goal because he doesn't know how to use his own body. He's 6'5" for nothing in a sense. He wants to run in behind. He wants to make runs. That's what Hojlund is, and that's what Hojlund is in the same way when you see him play. So United need to really look at maybe with Hojlund. Honestly, if you could go get Solanke for like 60 mil, I'm putting in a
I can't lie. Him for me, I'm with you. Look, people don't like Solanke like because of the name itself, but him or Tony for me, I know you're a bit different, but I like Solanke. I think he's. I don't know if he's ready.
Unless we go to a front 2, maybe Mr. B is right and we bring in the front 2, man. That's fair enough.
Imagine Solanke in a front 2 as well. He can do it.
Exactly. Solanke can work with Hojlund. So that's what I'm saying. So United need to go get. United need to go for the striker. Benjamin Sesko is not in.
But what we're doing, man, guys, man, listen, we're still Man United, as well. We need to relax with Solanke.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
To be fair, Said he has 17 goals.
Yeah, 17 goals.
Said Fergie would be all over that signing if he was here. Fergie would be making these.
I agree.
Chelsea, and he flopped at Liverpool. Let's. When he got to the big stage, he couldn't do it.
But how old was he?
How old
was he?
Exactly. Thank you,
He was a kid. And that's what we're doing to this kid right now.
Wait, Said he was ranked highly. Wait, Said he.
Standard that we need to get to, though.
No, Said, but listen to me. He was ranked very highly in the youth system in England.
Yeah.
Up until he made senior football, he was actually rated that high.
You know that under 17 team that won the World Cup.
We need someone better than Hojlund. We need someone that
he was there.
Solanke's better than Hojlund.
No, I'm not. No, hold on a minute. Maybe never rephrase that. I want someone who can.
Way better than Hojlund.
Elevate.
He is way better than Hojlund.
Hojlund would not score 17 goals in this Bournemouth team.
Solanke is level. By the way, Solanke's levels clear of Hojlund. Like it's not even close. We saw them on the same pitch.
He's so underrated, man. He's so underrated.
We saw them on the same pitch, by the way.
So underrated.
I think for me, the step up, it's all about sometimes as well. You got to remember when someone comes to a club, they can get cold feet, And I'm worried that Solanke could come to us and get cold feet. You feel me? Like, this is mad, Man says Solanke, you want Zidane. It's crazy.
Bro.
You man.
Wait.
Zidane's gonna look at Solanke and he's gonna be like, I'll make you my Benzema.
I'm only joking.
That's what's gonna happen.
Zidane,
make him the Benzema.
Greg, you said it earlier. Zidane actually was playing. What's his name? The Dominican guy.
Zidane played Mariano Diaz. You think he's not gonna?
Mariano Diaz, bro. Let me tell you something. Here in New York, we only know Dominicans for two things. They play baseball and they're bouncers at the clubs. That's what they do, bro. You don't see them playing football. No, deadass, bro. All the Dominicans I know, they either played baseball or they're out there asking you for the ID before you walk into the club. And then people now are joking about Solanke, bro. He's scoring 17 goals with Bournemouth. What are we doing here?
You want Eddie Nketiah? You want Eddie Nketiah as well?
No, bro. Listen, no, thank you.
Who wanted Eddie Nketiah?
Solanke has proven, by the way. Solanke's proven that he's proven Nketiah on the senior level.
I think he's good. But at the level where I think for me, like, I just feel like if it comes to Man United,
I have a question. I have a question there. Why would you want even Ivan Toney and not Solanke? They both play in the same level of club.
Ivan Toney for me. You know what it is? Yeah.
Why?
Ivan Toney, I feel like I feel like he's got more aura than
I think
Solanke.
He's a better footballer.
What does that mean? He's got more aura.
Let me land, man. He's got the character. I feel like for me, if he was to come to a big club, he could believe in that. You can believe I'm a big club player. Like Solanke doesn't give me that kind of vibe.
No,
You get it?
but
I
no,
get
Solanke.
I get that
But
feeling
Solanke, by
too.
the way, but you can also see this.
How much do you want to bet?
Solanke's played at a big club though, so he kind of knows what the standards are, and he wants the hunger to prove that he can actually play for a top club after failing there before. There's no better motivation sometimes than hunger and revenge and get proofs to people wrong. He's gonna have that chip on his shoulder.
I hear that, Griggs, yeah, but at the same time, yeah, sometimes I think like this: people are so indulged into personal life stuff and don't want certain Tony characteristics. We need those sort of egos at the club. That's people are scared of egos.
Well.
And you want to say, if you want to Zidane, who better to handle an ego like Zidane, anyways? Yes, bro. Who better, bro? Tony. Tony.
Tony's not. Wait, Tony's not. I don't think Tony's that. You could argue that he's not a better footballer than Dom Solanke. You could easily make that argument.
No. He's in the overall.
I think
footballer,
Tony is a better player. I'm not gonna.
Overall footballer, maybe Solanke's better technically, maybe that edge. But I'm talking about, when there's a presence in the box.
Yeah.
A presence on a break. I'm thinking Ivan Toney in the box.
You fear him when that fear, that element of fear.
This is what I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying Solanke can't do that, by the way. And I said I think he's underrated and people want to overlook it. To be fair, why would I want someone that played for Liverpool at Man United anyways? So on that notice,
hey, there's more reasons to piss him off.
Yeah, exactly.
Piss him off.
Well, yeah, true. Maybe.
You know what's mad, yeah? Big up to, by the way, Knowledge says, yes, I can, cuz he's a WWE superstar, not a good footballer. He can strike the ball enough. If you have a question, if he's good enough, you have to answer. He isn't the guy for me. That's talking about Hojlund.
If he's not for you, it's not for you, it's cool, innit?
No, listen, I don't know. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. With Hojlund, yeah, like I'm struggling to understand what kind of game he's gonna morph into. Like, sometimes you can understand someone and be like, you know what, you can see what is Hojlund's game though? I feel like for me, when he's got that one touch bang shot, he's got it. When he doesn't have to think about anything and he's literally on the edge of the box, one shot, boom, he can do it. Look at the goal against what was that goal against was it Fulham? Was it Fulham the goal where he scored? When it won the right shot one. The
remember.
Oh, with the free kick.
Right,
West Ham.
No, man. It wasn't West Ham. It was recent.
It was West Ham.
Was it West Ham?
Was at home.
Do you know?
West Ham game. Look at that goal where on the edge of the box, right foot. Like, I feel like he can do that for me. Look at the Spurs one. I feel like for me, yeah, when he doesn't have to think about things, bro, he can become lethal. But the problem is, though, he doesn't get opportunities. He doesn't make opportunities for himself. And also, he doesn't read the game quite well.
He's reading his bad. Yeah, he's reading his bad.
He's reading the game is bad. Man's just like, yo.
He's all over the place with that, definitely.
But this is why you need like a Tony, because sometimes you just need you could play Tony and him up front together, flick-ons, all of that. It would suit him. And again with Tony, you know what I like about Tony a lot? His Big Six record is phenomenal. Phenomenal. He always causes issues to top six teams, the third top six teams, Chelsea, Arsenal, Man City. I need some of that. I can't lie. And if they're quoting him 50 million, how can you say no? But the striker market is the worst it's ever been. I got people talking potential FC. We need someone let's be real. We need proven goal. We need goals. Like Tony's done it twice now. He's come back from injury. Betting scam and all that kind of stuff. I call that character building. We need some of that. Someone that's going to be a little bit of a menace here and there. It's okay because it's not that deep. For me personally, but yeah, we need a little. I think it's a full package. 50 million, you can't go wrong.
Solanke, crown youth player, top scorer. Yeah, but come on, man, everyone could be crown youth player.
He was good in he was good in the youth league, and he struggled when he came up. He went championship. He learned in the championship. Same way Ivan Toney, by the way, learned in the championship at that age. Peterborough and then Brentford, and he came to the Premier League and he started batting it up. It's the same with Solanke.
Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to it. I think they're both quoted at 50 million either way. I wouldn't be moaning at it. You know what? You just got to trust whatever the board want, innit? That's it. We got no choice. Like I said, we probably wanted a lot of players that we wanted. I wanted Amrabat at the club. I wanted Ten Hag at the club. I wanted a couple, man. I wanted Onana at some point at the club. I liked it. But
what about Sesko? What about Sesko?
Potential FC. It's potential FC again, though.
I'm not trying to get another potential striker.
Yeah. Sesko's even worse because I've never seen Sesko lead the line at Leipzig. Openda does.
Never. Openda, exactly. Thank you very much. And he plays in the front too, rather than on his own. So he can't even do that. Like, he might score you the odd wonder goal here and there.
Who's that?
Come on, man.
Sesko.
He might score you the odd wonder goal. Here and there.
it's whatever the club needs, isn't it? Like if it's just what they think they identify. If they identify a young striker, for me, it don't make no sense.
Yeah,
Personally.
I don't want another young
It's gonna be Sesko. Sesko's a scout favorite. Every scout loves Sesko.
We need to make sure we don't turn into Chelsea. Just bare young ballers. Like, is there an
That's what I'm
orphanage?
trying to do.
Are we doing another orphanage settings? Like, I don't want that. Do you know what I mean?
That's crazy.
Bro, I'm not trying to go
Yeah,
through
crazy.
8 phases and in 4.5 years talking about still giving the manager more time because he's progressing on the pitch. Bro, I'm not here to just play pretty football, bro. I want to win.
I would actually not mind Boniface, by the way. I think Boniface.
Not for me.
I've watched him a couple of times, you know, man. Any Nigerians in here, yeah? Let me know about Boniface because I've watched him a few times, but I think he's clunky, man.
Yeah, I don't like him, man. You talk about two strikers. There's a two-striker formation. You watch him in a 3-5-2. Sometimes Bert's behind. Sometimes it's a 3-4-3, but he's always got two people next to him. He's always got someone next to him. Just saying.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
I don't know I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I don't know about Boniface, man. I'll be honest with you.
I think it's.
I watched. You know what? I watched him. What game was it? There was a game where I watched him. Yeah, but it was Bayern Munich. Yeah, it was Bayern Munich. And bro, there we go. There we go.
Get that guy, man.
Thank you very much. Please, no, I don't want a Nigel. Oh, he said.
No, you don't want us to ruin him. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, I thought you're gonna come and save us. You know, my thing is, yeah. Boniface, his touch is just awful, man. You get me? That his touch is awful. I watched him against Bayern Munich.
Would you take Victor Osimhen at United?
Nope.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie to you, but I've jumped off the Osimhen train.
Oh, fair enough. All right, you're consistent with it.
Yeah, but listen, I've jumped. Listen, yeah, I mean, I've jumped off the train. I can't lie to you, Victor Osimhen. It's been a good ride. Pause. But it was, you know what I mean? Like we had to just leave it.
I like Gyökeres as well, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Gyökeres, but I want Premier League proven goals at this point. We need goals. We need proven goals.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
We need proven goals.
I don't want someone from the outside.
I
need someone in the league right now.
Scamacca ain't Premier League proven, but I'm still taking him.
No. Listen, if you're gonna talk about Scamacca, bro, then you might as well get Solanke. Then this is why
he won't come back to England. He's comfortable. He won't come back to England.
No.
You don't need to come back to England. I'm not.
He would thrive at United. I think Scamacca thrives at United. To be fair, I think he's the type of striker that thrives.
Big up to Ned who says Sesko's a scrub, and as a Nigerian, Boniface can't lead the line. He doesn't even start for Nigeria.
Does Nedo rate anyone? I'm starting to realize Nedo doesn't like anyone. He said so far today. He said Sesko is garbage. Boniface or Boniface, I think he said he don't like, and then he said Zidane is a shit coach. What's going on today, Nedo? Do you rate anyone?
Shall I tell you the perfect striker is Isak, man. I'll be road you.
I agree. I do agree, but it's too much money. We're trying to take that boy. So apparently, according to Craig Hope, anyways, is that as soon as Newcastle, because he's there like Newcastle rep, the northern rep of Daily Mail and all that stuff. As soon as they find their replacement, which should be in the next, I think they said like even like something like 6 to 7 days or something like that. Because they need to obviously plan for next season. Then it should accelerate very quickly, like extremely quick. So negotiations are all this stuff that are under negotiations. I don't think negotiations has really taken place as serious as what we ordinarily thought. So,
which guy wait for Newcastle to handle it?
That actually could be key, you know. That actually could be key in this, you know, because he's the one that brought him in. He's the one that
they won't let go. They won't let go. With the sustainability rule gone now, like the profit, and they just get a little slap and a little fine. They don't need to sell him. They might not even make Europe, to be fair, so they don't even need to stay within the means.
We might not make Europe. Well, we
honestly,
but this is why we got to rely on Zidane if he comes, because we have to do with what other pool we got. We got no other pool.
Anyway, if Isak leaves Newcastle, he's going Arsenal. Like that guy. That boy
is such an Arsenal player, isn't it?
Yeah. He's that number 14 that Nketiah wears. Boy, that's meant for Isak.
Yeah, man. You just know it, man. But one can dream, though.
Yeah, man. Dan Ashford probably worked with Solanke in the youth system in England. He'll bring him over. Don't worry, man.
You know what he did? He probably did. You know what Solanke did? Probably do that. Solanke. Listen, the thing is with this, you know, this Brexit kind of thing, yeah, like it can go south, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll be real with you, man. It can go a bit madness because I'm seeing. Listen, I like Bramthwaite, yeah. I'm a big fan of Bramthwaite in it, but I'm not gonna lie to you. For the money and for what I'm seeing at the minute, I don't know if he's ready for the step up just yet. You know what I mean? But he's been looking a bit mad lately. You got Todibo going to Atletico Madrid. You know, so all these players that we've been linked with, man, they're all going to...
Since when is Todibo going to Atletico?
No. Todibo, Atletico Madrid are very, very...
Oh, yeah, they're mad interested. But I think
very hot on.
I can see
the
them.
people.
They've been conceding too many goals.
They
They're
won't
gonna
sell him
definitely-
to wait. They won't sell him to Atletico Madrid if we want him.
Yeah,
he's technically in our.
we get.
He's technically ours. Just
control the
another
house, man.
franchise.
What's going on here, bro? Yo, Ratcliffe, control the house, man.
Hey, if he goes to Real Madrid, no ratings for INEOS. I swear down, no ratings.
Rano's already done with him, bro.
Businessman, money's money.
The thing is,
we
imagine we paid 100 million for Isaac. Newcastle already be linked with Solanke once. They'll just go pay 50 million, and then we just look like idiots. That's what happens.
Why?
Yeah,
Why would you look idiots?
Because we just paid 100 million for an injury-proven like striker. That's the issue. That's another issue.
Yeah, but the problem is though, if you want a striker now, Newcastle are not going to say, "Yo, listen, he's got an injury record." That's down to your risk. You know what I mean? So it's not as if
Tony Isaac, same thing, man. If we're being honest, but just one's cheaper and one's not got the highlighted name. That's from Sweden.
Isak's better than Tony, man.
Yeah, but I think Tony offers us something that we don't have. Same thing, Isaac, obviously, but I think Tony it's just a no. When it comes to price of money, we don't even know how much we got to really spend. Let's be real. We might be stuck with 200 million if we can't, or 150 if we can't offload players.
Bro, I don't know, man.
I think we got 250. I think we got 250. Right,
how much?
What 250?
£2.50.
250.
I mean, after the credit one, it doesn't make sense.
Man, yo.
Ratcliffe put the initial injection in because that was part of his deal with the Glazers. He had to put in the first investment. That got us out of FFP issues. The new rules are coming in where our revenue is higher than everyone's in the leagues anyway. So we probably got the most money to spend. And some McTominay for another 40
it all
mil.
comes down to sales. You know what I mean? You know what it is, yeah. Big up to these guys. I swear I rate people. Would you guys take Patrick Schick? I like him, not gonna lie. Listen, he did. Listen, he's all right, but again,
done his thing in the World Cup. I hear it, but ship sold, man.
Euros.
Was it Euros?
Wait,
Oh my
bad.
Was it Euros?
Euros 2020.
Where it was? Yeah. Oh yeah, wasn't it? Czech Republic. Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, is he in the Euros? Are they playing the Euros this year? By the way, Czech Republic.
I think so.
Are they playing? Yeah. Okay, he could be one of that kind of guys, but that might make a move again because he does well in the Euros. You know them ones there. But I think for me, it comes down to sales, innit? You know what I mean? It comes down to Casemiro being sold. Apparently, it comes down to Varane maybe being sold. It comes down to.
Can't believe Varane's going, man.
Yo, what happens if Zidane comes in? What happens if Zidane comes in and says Casemiro contract extension? Might get peak. I'm not gonna lie.
Varane's cutting, yeah.
That's his son. Casemiro's his son. He might come in and say Casemiro.
Bro, Varane heard all the slander on his name from traps, and he said, "I'm leaving the city, bro."
I don't like the you know what it is, yeah. If Zidane comes, obviously, look, when I deep it, like I just don't like the thought of getting rid of experienced players that have won stuff. I just don't want to end up like Chelsea. I really do not want to end up like Chelsea. I'm like, get rid of one or the other, or give Varane at least a contract 1 year or something. I'd rather get rid of Casemiro because he's going to get us more money. And I think that the game's elevated away from him.
Onana in midfield, man. Allow him a minute. They want Onana in midfield, man. Shout out to Onana.
Hey, respect Onana.
You know what I'm saying?
Please,
why? No. You think Zidane's going to want Onana? Allow it.
Respect Onana, bro. He played with Casemiro.
Hey, man,
play with
he used Casemiro as his bouncer. He'll use Onana as his bouncer.
You know what?
You know what I want? I wouldn't mind. Actually, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something that might surprise you.
To bloody Onana. Shame on you, Griggs.
Oh, please.
Casemiro.
Before Casemiro broke into that Madrid team.
Crazy.
No. Say before he broke into the Madrid team, no one really rated him like that. As Griggs said, he was on loan to Porto.
Yeah, because you had to fill the shoes of Xabi Alonso. You know how
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Okay, so when you look back at it, it's not like Casemiro when he was 22, 23, 24. He was this highest rated player in his position in the world. No, he eventually broke into that team under the right manager and the right system. So when we're saying that about Onana, bro, trust me, he's gonna go somewhere and someone's gonna use him right. I'm gonna be like, you know what, a signing that was.
I added a new name to my list. I'm not gonna lie. That kid from Crystal Palace, Adam Morton. I'm keeping.
Oh my god! We're not gonna get him, man. No, I like it. I like the.
I'm keeping a very close eye on that. By the way, I'm keeping a very close eye on that.
Dewsbury Hall is a signing. Dewsbury is a signing I would love around the squad. I think he's definitely something we don't have. But you saying Onana anywhere near Casemiro, and you think you see signs of Onana as any sort of defensive midfielder? Guess again, buddy. Like it's not happening.
I never caught him with defensive.
No. It's just I caught him just because the brother's 6'6". I'll guarantee a lot of people think he's got the good defensive qualities because he shuts down a couple people. I still see him get murked up in a defensive formation. Like people don't understand. He still gets He's not that good, man. He's bang average.
What
Everton's
fans want,
the
what
one.
fans of other clubs want doesn't matter to
In
me.
my opinion, I just feel like Onana's a good player, and he's everything that Jose Mourinho thought Scott McTominay was going to be. That's it. That's all it is. A Scott McTominay with potential again. That's all it is. There's nothing more to it.
Not really.
Now, surely Onana can defend better than McTominay.
He can't because he's one of the best ball winning midfielders.
I feel like you, man. Some man just rate scrubs and just love meaty.
Brother, you want Manu Kone at United?
He's better than
He's not better than Onana.
Yes, he is. At least he can keep the damn ball. At least he can keep the ball.
You know, Onana's pass accuracy is one of the highest in the Premier League, by the way. We're acting like he just averages like a 60% pass accuracy.
It's not that hard to do a 6-yard pass or 4-yard pass when you've got 2-yard pass.
Hey, have you seen our DMs?
Have you seen Casemiro pass within a 5-yard range? You know how to pass within a 5-yard range.
A DM. That's the maddest part. We're going.
I never caught him a DM.
It's crazy. You don't love scrubs, man. It's crazy.
I said ball winning midfielder because he's in a pivot with Kobe Mainoo. Kobe Mainoo is gonna be the one that has the ball.
Kobe Mainoo is not a savior of. Oh, he's not a savior, bro. We need to elevate our game.
That's how a pivot works. A pivot is you have one guy that does all the ball work, and then you have the guy that runs around.
I don't think we should be looking towards a pivot, a 4-2-3-1. Who even plays that these days? We want to go into a 4-3-3.
It doesn't have to be. If you play a 4-4-2 diamond, what do you think the midfield two is? It's a pivot.
I'd rather a single pivot than a double pivot. That's that. I don't want that. I just want a single pivot. If you're gonna give me a DM, give me a single pivot DM. Who that is, that's up for them, man, to go and identify. Not me. Just not this guy.
When we get Zidane, we'll get Valverde, bro.
You know who I like? I like that Edison from Atalanta as well. Now that's what you call a proper baller as well. He's better than Onana in DM. He just sent Liverpool twice.
Who?
Edison.
I've seen Amrabat lock up Liverpool at Anfield, and we don't rate him.
But we played defensive football like flipping. What's it called? What's his name again? Sean Dyche. We played that sort of football at Anfield. What are we doing here? As soon as we come out of it, it's looking scrubby, fam. You man love scrubs. I can't believe it. You know what? Football is lost. You don't want to go to free flowing football under Zidane, but you want to do a systematic.
But I've been calling for Casemiro to leave for a minute, but now I don't like scrubs. The guy doesn't like playing football. He literally got subbed off that one game, and the manager said I took him off because I needed more football. Come on,
someone said in the comments, you're acting like I want Ndidi, bro. Ndidi's the one that doesn't know how to pass the ball and stuff like that. He's a scrub.
No, that's a scrub.
But Ndidi was Onana though.
Even though he wasn't. No, he was not. Ndidi has never been better than Onana at anything that has to do with the ball.
What?
Onana actually can play with. What do you mean? What? Have you seen Onana actually progress the ball with ball carrying? Ask Ndidi to do that.
But Ndidi was once rated as one of the best DMs in the league.
He was.
And everyone was like, yo, his quality.
But not for what
Drew's
Onana's being rated for.
I'm taking Drew's Bill as a squad option, not as a DM option. We're talking DM, not central midfielder.
He's an 8. He's an 8 anyway.
We don't need Dewsbury Hall. We don't need Dewsbury Hall.
Drew's Bill, Archie Gray. We need one of those. We need one of those because we don't.
By the way, Archie Gray. I'll forget all about Amadou Onana if you bring me Archie Gray.
Archie Gray.
Musa just messaged me. He said, yo, put some respect on Onana. You might have no
big up Musa.
Musa
who said that? I know. We established this on Mandem Talk here about a year ago. When it comes to identifying talent, Musa has got no talent ID. He is Ten Hag in disguise.
Wow, what's his talent ID looking like?
I remember last year, when we was on Mandem Talk, he was saying crazy names, and I swear down, it got me hot one time, innit? And I was thinking, I can't remember whom, but I remember calling him out for it. His talent ID stinks. Like, it's actually bin juice. It's crazy.
Do you think Onana can play? Do you think Onana can play in an attacking team, though? Like an attacking.
Let me tell you something, Rhino. Since you want to use that analogy, Arteta wants him. So if you want to go by that, there you go. Arteta wants him. And Arteta. So there you go.
Arteta's got some scrubs, man. Listen, he's got some scrubs in there. He got Pablo Vieira. You know what I mean? Ibrahim Sangari, yo, listen, that guy again, man. He's flopped.
You gotta give it up. Man. You gotta give it up.
Broski, you know what? We were linked with him one time, man. That's crazy. Listen, big up to Ibn Maghrib says Nacho for 10 million, Rashford for 50, Bruno for 50. That's 110 for a striker. We spent 75 on a bum. Might as well drop another 100. Big up Griggs. I could kiss you right now. No Diddy. Adam, what is a gem? Also, Alex Sat. Yeah, that's what
There you go.
I haven't seen that in a while.
It's crazy. Big up. We should look at.
I have to send it. I was like, I'm not.
Yeah. I was gonna say, man had to send me that still. Another certified scrub. I'll take Cooper Myers or Alan Varela from Wolves, from Porto. You know who I like,
like
as well?
Varela.
That's what I say about
Varella's cool. I like Varela.
Oh, the thing with
Well,
Cooper Myers is though, Cooper Myers is not a 6.
Nah,
That's
he's
the
more of
thing.
a box.
Yeah, exactly.
But, yeah,
I
but
can't have him
okay. Wait. 1 sec. Then talk about Onana because he's not a 6.
No, but Onana's the better ball winning midfielder than Cooper Myers. He's
Yeah,
better
but
at winning the ball back.
Yeah, but when it comes to progressing the ball forward, and we need someone that can attack as well, we can also make that argument for what's it
That's
called?
why I have
The
Kobe
miners.
Mainu. Bro, you
But
can't have
he
Cooper
can
Myers and
progress
Mainu
the
in
ball,
same
but he
midfield.
can't. He doesn't do them groundbreaking runs that he does. So you can make cases for both.
I don't need Mainu to do those ones because he got a long shot on him. You saw that
He was,
earlier
but he
against
was a 6
Liverpool.
months
That's
upon
what
a
we
time.
gotta
He's just been more advanced for Atalanta these days.
do. Yeah, but bro, if you're gonna, it's because of Mainu, bro. If Mainu did not exist, then the whole conversation changes. But since you already have Mainu, you need a ball.
Yeah, I know you want someone. Yeah, I hear it, but we need an actual 6.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be a 6 for me. It just has to be someone that can play in the pivot.
Yeah,
and that can actually pass.
Yeah. You know what it is, for me, I think it comes down to the manager, whoever comes in. If De Zerbi comes in, we could see the likes of Baleba coming to United. These kind of midfield. We could get Enciso. I would love Enciso at United. He may go and bring in some other players that he's from Brighton and whatnot. I don't know, but at least De Zerbi's got good talent ID, so I would be actually confident with that. Dewsbury Hall is underrated for the same price. I'll go get Fratesi. Fratesi's from Juventus, isn't it?
Baller.
I think so, Juventus. MDI summarizes Ghana is the engine that runs Everton midfield, not Onana. Onana gets caught out of possession more often than not. Hojlund from Porto is a good DM. And I said no, did he?
Oh no,
Yeah,
wait. Did you say Fratesi? No, he's is he not playing for Sassuolo right now?
Nah, Fratesi's at
Inter. Sassuolo.
Yeah, I think he's on.
No, I don't realize
he's not playing there right now.
Listen, Zubimendi now.
Fratesi's at Inter.
Or is he on loan? He's on loan.
Rabiot's free this summer.
Yeah, he's
Let me ask Mr. B. Mr. B, have you got any names in your mind that you would look to go and get this summer? Any names that you think would be?
I'm ignorant. I'll be honest. I can sit here and say I know this. You lot are talking about people who are here. I don't see. I watch Man United. I don't watch international football. I don't care about Arsenal. Yeah, Champions League I watch. But all of these players you're talking about, right? Unless I go and sit down and watch 20 videos on YouTube, I'd have no idea what they're doing. So that's the wrong question to be asking me, boy.
Yeah. But that's fair as well, because a lot of people claim to know everything. A lot of people claim to know, every baller. And then next week, it's like Gyökeres. I bet nobody's watched Gyökeres this season. But yeah, everyone's like, 50 goals this season. Has anybody watched Gyökeres this season? A full 90 minutes this season?
Yeah, I actually watched. I watched more of him I watched more of him at Coventry than I have at Sporting.
That's what I'm saying, bro. You know what I mean? Like, let's be real, man. Like people say they rate Gyökeres, but they haven't watched him. There's a lot of people that people have rated. Like, I try to watch different leagues. That's why for me, you know what I mean.
You can only watch Gyökeres when he plays against like the Benficas and the Portos and all of that. Really, let's be honest. You're not gonna go watch him playing against what they called Rio Ave or whatever they called
Santa Clara,
friends and all this stuff. No one's watching that. Now, John
Neves.
No, man, he's
great player. Great player, but I cannot have an under 6 foot pivot.
100 million.
First of all, I'm not having a pivot of 2 under 6 foot players. That is embarrassing.
Yeah,
and with Lissandro playing behind them.
Here's another issue. That's another issue. I suppose we need higher as well. I like Mats Vijver, but I don't know if I don't know about his mobility too much.
He's height, but when I say Onana, anyways.
6'5", bro. What else do you need, bro? That's the tallest player in the Premier League.
There you go.
Nah, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. His man says 6. Vitinha, listen, I've always liked Vitinha, man. What a player he's been for.
I wish we signed him.
Bro, we should have signed him. When this daft manager, didn't get De Jong, should have gone got Vitinha. Should have gone got Vitinha, man. He was there, 35 million. When we didn't get De Jong, the next player should have been Vitinha. At least he could progress the ball better. Like, this guy is so good at progressing the ball, man. You know what I mean, bro? He's such a tiny little player.
Mainu, Vitinha, Onana. That moves.
I'll still rather just us go get. We need something. Again, I don't think there's a batch of DMs really out there that you can grab. But you need to.
Vitinha would have had to be like advanced midfield.
I still think we need experience in that role. Anyway, I still feel we need experience. I'll still go get Paulinho. How about that? It's because I don't think he's going to cost as much. I don't think he's going anywhere at this point. I'm just all taking Paulinho. You want to rock someone that can.
Oh, yeah, no, actually, I need to know. I need to go at Crystal Palace. What do they want for Adam Morton? We need to go.
They just brought him in January, man. I swear.
I know, 20 mil.
I even like their right back. You know their right back. Is he Colombian or something?
Munoz, right?
Munoz. I like him as well. He's cold.
I don't know, man. There's a guy called Goku from Benfica. Apparently, he wants to leave as well.
Who?
Koku.
Oh, Koshku.
Koku. We was linked with him.
Sorry.
He had a stink. He had a stink.
He used to play for
Feyenoord.
Feyenoord. Yeah. I don't want him, bro.
Paulinho. I've said it, people. People don't want to hear it, but listen. Paulinho is a very, very good player, man. And people think, listen, forget the age, man. He's not a 29 Casemiro kind of player. He's a 29 that can play until he's 34. You know, kind of. You know what I mean? Like he won't lose.
He's
that
not
mobility.
the physical profile that we need, though. That's the thing. I need a physical profile.
He's a ball winner,
really
man.
not.
He's a ball winner,
Yeah.
and he can play better than that what's it called, Onana you're talking about, man.
No, we're not doing this. We're not doing that. We're not saying that Paulinho is better technically than Amadou Onana. We are not doing that.
I can't lie. Paulinho is definitely technically
man.
better than Onana, bro.
No, he
Onana stinks, man. You like
you man are just
You know, I'm gonna watch every Everton game until the season ends because I don't understand why you guys hate on Onana so much. What am I missing?
I'm not hating on him. I'm not hating on him.
Bro, I saw him playing against Newcastle a couple weeks ago, and I saw him break lines every other pass.
I don't know, man. I don't know about that one, man. For real, I'm talking about from the 6. When he run, I agree. His ball carrying is great.
I'm not playing him. I'm not playing him in a 6 though. It's a double pivot.
Yeah, but I want to. Yeah, but
double pivot.
I don't know. We're not
good
running
sixes
no
out there
double
to play a
pivot.
single pivot. By the way, unless you find Rodri from City, there's no point in playing with a single pivot in today's football.
And that's not what we need anyways.
Pivot.
That's not what we need.
I don't want a
we
single
don't
pivot,
need a
bro.
Rodri.
I want a double pivot.
Bro, we need goals.
Yeah, but we're talking about 6s. Why would somebody goes when we're talking about 6?
So I don't want to. I think look, I think Paulinho can do single pivot just fine. You know, just fine. You can have my man a little bit more advanced. I want a 4-3-3, bro. We need 4-3-3 back, not 4-2-3-1. It's too pragmatic, and you lot are gonna still moan when you realize we're not getting enough.
How is 4-2-3-1 too pragmatic?
It is more of a pragmatic
one
formation.
of the double pivot pumps up, and
not all the time.
You have your 10 there, and
I think for me, every formation can be attacking or defensive depending on how you use it, and how you use it tactically. Because I can make a 4-3-3. By the way, Arteta plays 4-3-3. You can argue that half the time it's defensive. Because
but I don't understand. You lot say you want Zidane, but yet you want a system kind of football. But yet you want Zidane who wants free flow. You want to kill this system football. But yet you want Onana because he suits the pivot.
I'm assuming,
make up your minds, bro.
I'm going under the assumption that
guess what CK? Guess what CK sent me.
Go on.
CK, yeah, he sent me this. He said technicians pay some power. I think of CK. He loves Onana, innit? He loves Onana, yeah. But my thing is, man, I just don't. I wouldn't mind him, yeah, at United. But I generally think for me, he'll be cussed out the most when he comes to United, and everyone will get onto his back because you know why? They haven't watched him at Everton, and they may be overrated him a little bit, or they didn't watch him, or didn't analyze him, they didn't study his game. I'm not saying I don't want Onana, yeah, but I've seen this before where people expect something from someone that they don't have, and then we misprofile him, and then we end up saying, you know what, this guy ain't good enough, man. You know what I mean?
I just don't understand how you rate Casemiro, but you don't rate Onana. I don't get it. I just don't get it.
And some of you don't. And some of you
hold on. First of all, my rating of Casemiro goes back to his Real Madrid days. Goes back to what I've seen for the past 10 years. So that's where it comes down to.
You gotta give that up.
I'm just saying though. I'm just saying that's where my. Do I think he's the same player, Staffy? No, I don't think he's the same player.
But you've been defending him this year, Sai.
But Onana, what am I rating him from? From a couple of seasons in the Premier League? Like, is that where I'm doing like right now? Like, I'm just.
I have a question though. Now this is where I have a question. If Onana was still at Lille, where he came from to go to Everton, we would all be rating Amadou Onana because he's at Lille. And he's from Ligue 1.
And you're not rating. Now, none of you are rating Manu Kone when I give you technical security, defensive security, ball carrying.
I've seen both of them play.
Bro, how much have you seen I told me how much you see Borussia Gladbach play this season because I could tell you how much.
I've seen Kone last year. What is he going to change from last year to this year? He's the same.
Bro, Kone's a baller. What are we doing? Manu Kone you talk about profile. You love the word profile, and so do I. So when it comes to
You
profile,
call him, he's not a 6 though. You think Manu Kone is a 6?
Yeah, bro, he can do 6 better than Onana because he's not even technically secure. Bro, you got to think about for the single pivot, fam. The bro, imagine the
battle of the tactical.
In the 6 in the Premier League.
Imagine this. Imagine this, Rhino. Onana picks up the ball and he's gonna say Kobe can do it in a minute. Guess who wants to come and collect the ball? Onana. Clunky shit. Guy who's got bricker boots on. And guess what he's going to do? You think he's going to make that long range pass into Rashford? Because we're going to keep Rashford after this summer. Let's be real. No, he's not. It's going straight into the player's feet. We're going to lose the ball. Because guess what? He's further up the pitch, winning headers.
I think he wants Onana with a box to box or someone that's coming back and forward, going back and forward though. That's what I feel like.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No,
that's like I said.
Wait, one sec. Are you using OBS?
Oh shit. Yeah, no. Oh shit.
I'm
using OBS.
You
I'm not using it.
You're looking like the NWO, like someone said. Kevin Nash, Hulk Hogan, and
I think he wants Onana with a box to box, isn't it? But I hear both sides, and I see both sides. But I don't think Onana's bad,
my bro. You know what it is? I'm starving.
Musa's messaged me saying the game has changed. You need athletes in the middle of the park that can play. You man are mad. I can't believe you are dissing Onana. He's 22. Balls at Belgium, 22.
Oh, he's
That's what Musa's saying.
Balls at Belgium. He just dropped a stinker against England.
To be fair, he does play well at Belgium.
No, he didn't.
But remember Frank Kessie?
It's
all
mid.
of these players, man.
Nah,
Frank
man.
I
hate the Kessie. I like the
Kessie. This is what I don't get about you lot, yeah. I swear down to you, yeah. You were the same man that were rating Frank Kessie 2 years ago. And now where is he? He's in Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia.
No one got paid 70 million. Kessie was free, by the way.
Okay. Kessie was good,
Kessie was
man.
a solid player at Milan. He was a solid player at Milan.
Yeah, he was a solid player.
Yeah.
If Benacer wasn't so injury prone, I would have wanted him as well, but he's just too injury prone.
I feel like we got to temper our expectations of players. Like they're not unbelievable, but are they good enough to change the fortunes of Man United right now? Like I said to you, it might be an upgrade to the upgrade that we need to compete, though. Is it the upgrade we need to compete? Is it? And that's where I come to. But
we're not going to compete next year anyways. Why are we talking about competing next year? We're not going to compete.
Competing against. I'm just telling you, competing against playing good football. That's competing as well. Competing to play good football. Like, I want to be the team that plays a right level of football. That fair play. Like we're not just getting bullied by teams. That's competing as well. So competing in terms
how much is Onana going to cost? Let me know. Be honest. How much is the prize?
Depends on. To be fair, depends on if they get relegated or not.
So we need about 3 midfielders potentially. Yeah, we need about 3.
If they get relegated, Cass,
we're not signing 2 midfielders. We're not signing.
Anyways, I said we need. I didn't say we are going to, but we need to. We need 3. We need to sign multiple positions. Yeah, bro. I know I'm taking a 20 million Manu Kone in profile over a guy that's 70 million and who's wearing Timberlands on, fam. That can't even do a long range pass from DM.
Bro. Sometimes going the cheaper route ain't the best route because we tried to do the cheap route with Amrabat and look what happened. The guy
that's not cheap out. That's just a loan. That's just a loan, G.
It is cheap.
Because we cheaped out. Because guess what?
We can say the same thing. When we went expensive route for Hojlund and Anthony and them, man, how did that work out when the pressure's on because he's got a price tag? How does that work out at Man United?
I'm sorry, who?
Huh? I said the expensive route. Yeah, Anthony with the expensive route. When it comes to the heavy shot of Man United, who gets criticized more? They're all gonna say.
But we all knew Anthony was never worth.
We already know what Old Trafford. We already know what Old Trafford crowd are like, innit? We saw the Pogba thing. It's the same shit. Yeah, it's gonna happen over and over again when they don't perform because he's got clunky boots and he doesn't perform. That's what they do at Man United. But because it's Scott McTominay, top red settings, they don't want to get onto him. What's gonna happen, Griggs? What do you want? Heavy shot of Man United and a bunch of people still the same way about 30 years ago?
Listen, I pray we get next season. Just how I revisited the season on Casemiro when I was a lone soldier on my own. I will revisit this if we get him. I will revisit.
Okay, Onana next season, we'll be there. We'll be there.
No, we're not.
Guys, let's get our predictions. Let's get our predictions for tomorrow because we're gonna wrap up here. Mr. B, tomorrow. What are we saying? Win or loss?
Sunday.
Yeah. Sorry, Sunday. Win or loss? Win or loss? To say win or loss.
Win.
Win. Wow, Coventry, no. Kaz, win or
it's
loss?
Hard, man.
No, I'm putting win on it. I don't care. I have to put win on it. There's no way we could be thinking about this.
Yeah. Griggs, win or loss?
When you still going to the game site or not?
No, I'm not going, man. I'm not going.
Traps is good luck to Traps, bro.
We're winning. We're winning.
Yeah,
We're winning,
Traps.
we're winning.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're trying to say it's Said's fault if he was going to the game? Is that what you're
Nah,
saying?
Traps is there, but I can't lie. I spoke to him today. He was like, "Yo, man, I don't know what to be here, man." You know what I mean? So shout out to Traps, man. You know what I was there. But yeah, stuff what you saying. Win or loss.
I think we're gonna win. It might not be a pretty win, but we're probably gonna win, and I think we're gonna win 2-0. It might be just one of those games where we just sit there, we're pissed that we give them a lot of chances, but they're probably not gonna have enough quality to score. So
I promise we're conceding first. By the way, I promise you we're conceding first on Sunday.
You want us to concede first in Wembley?
I never said I wanted, so I said we're gonna concede first.
No, that you want to. Sorry, that's what I meant. But like, you're predicting that we'll score.
Yeah, bro, Haji Wright scored the first goal of the game. I promise you that. I promise you, Haji Wright scoring the first goal of the game.
Yep,
this is
100%. Brian, what are you saying?
Yeah, I think we should win. Obviously the Wembley under the lights and the little bit of quality that we do have compared to Coventry should nick it. But if we don't win comfortably and these guys score goals and start putting us under pressure, you Ten Hag inners just have a lot of questions to answer. That's what I'm gonna say, bro.
Yo,
Mr.
if
Bay,
we don't win tomorrow, World War 3 tomorrow.
Like, think about it, like, and just deep it. Like, if Coventry give us any sort of problems, obviously we played Newport, and you saw what happened. You have to reevaluate just how you look at this club, because I just feel like, come on, man, the players with no coach should be able to beat this, man. Literally, no coach.
Bro, you say that, but you never know. You never know.
But yeah,
man.
Coventry could pull out the bag as well. But yeah.
What score did you predict right now?
Yeah, I can see a 2-1 probably. 2-1. Yeah.
Mr. B, is that picture behind you is going to be there if we lose? That's the prediction that I want. The next time we see you, if we lose to Coventry, is that picture still going to be there? You're going to take it
I don't think the whole of this back thing's going to be here, to be fair. If we lose to Coventry, I'll be serious, man. If we lose to Coventry, he's just got to stay at Wembley. He's just got to stay at Wembley and go just hire an Uber to the airport car.
No, walk. Just walk to the airport. You don't deserve it.
Well, he's gonna get stoned. He'd be better off getting in the Uber, brother. It'd be safer for him and a lot quicker in the Uber.
Maps could be looking for him.
We can't lose to Coventry, regardless of how bad we play, how bad we are.
Yeah.
I can see a 2-1. I can see maybe 1-1 and we win 2-1 in extra time, and everybody's well done. Yeah, we just about got through. Yeah, I don't see us going up there and clapping them. I can't see anything more. To be fair, I can't see anything more than that. We've watched the team play long enough this season to know that they're gonna have one big dirty hole in the middle of the field with rice pudding, bloody Casemiro trying to keep things going.
Yes, he's got it.
Yeah,
and this is how we're talking against Coventry. This is mad.
Oh, I know it's peak, bro. Yo, give me Zidane ASAP, bro. Give me Zidane ASAP, bro. I can't have this energy going against.
Who is Maguire and Camboala our centre backs again?
No, listen, bring Zizou, man.
Bro, give us Zidane, bro. All these guys are saying, by the way, there's a language barrier, bro. If he can't speak English, let's just give all the players French classes. That's how much I need this guy, bro. I don't give a shit. I think we're Said in Old Trafford chanting it in French. Whatever the chants are.
With sign language, he can coach these players better, man. I swear, Ten Hag's, bro.
Bro, you know, man, it's gonna be mad. The aura's gonna be crazy, man. Like, imagine Zizou walking around Old Trafford and that.
Don't get me.
Imagine
no one lives teared up in the Champions.
Imagine him walking around and they bought Onana and said, "Yeah, that player there is gonna win me a Champions League at this dusty club." That pivot right there, Onana.
Leave it. But to be fair, you know what? To be fair, he didn't have all technical players at Real Madrid. He had a couple of players that were runners and whatnot. So listen, you don't know. He could improve Onana. He could make him better.
Bro, we will be there.
The
only technical player they didn't have on the team was Casemiro. Let's be real. Even the goalkeeper was technical.
Keylor Navas was not technical.
I mean, after he got rid of, after he came out. I mean, when Courtois
Courtois not even technical.
But even Keylor Navas wasn't that bad. But still, like, even Ramos could play ball. All the man could play ball. Pepe could play ball. Carvajal, when he came back, play ball. You know, Marcelo definitely played ball. Kroos, Modric, Vinny. Obviously, that was a bit later. Asensio, Isco, Benzema, Ronaldo. They could all play ball. And yet you want a Nana. Allow it.
Yeah.
Listen, TJ in the comments, we're talking about Onana the midfielder, not Onana the goalkeeper. Listen, but you're in the wrong stream, bro. Go worry about your Lego head manager and the fence that you were sitting on, by the way, because you're too far away from your fence. Go back to your fence, because the day after you went Arteta in, he lost 2 games in a row. So you need to go back and look for your fence, bro, because that fence needs to be rebuilt.
Listen, we need to wrap up the show, man. Guys, get us to 700 likes, man. We need 700 likes.
All of this
amazing show. Man. Yeah, man. When 644 likes, get up to 700. Mr. B, thank you for coming on. Thank you, honestly.
My pleasure, man.
Follow him. Man United Agenda. Make sure you follow him there. Kaz, Never a Foul. Make sure you follow him there. Rhino MGTV. Make sure you follow him there. Staffy TV. Make sure you follow him there. And Griggs Talks. Make sure you follow him there. Listen, people, I'll be back tomorrow for the watch-alongs. We've got Chelsea, Man City, and we've got Arsenal versus Wolves. So come check us on there. And yeah, man, it has been a sick debate show. We're here every Friday, debate show. Next week, Marcel should be back. And obviously, we'll have Minna back as well. And then maybe Adam as well. But we'll chop it up, man. We'll get some more people on the debate shows. But we're out, people. Take care.